Hello, good evening, and welcome to Charleston, West Virginia, the capital city of the Mountain State, for Week 1 of high school football playoff action. We've got ourselves a matchup between two former MSAC conference foes, and the Princeton Tigers, the number 12 seed, 6-3 on the season, coming to the Hill to take on the George Washington Patriots, number 5 in Class AAA. GW with an 8-2 record in the regular season. And we've got ourselves a wet one here this evening in the capital city, as the rain has been coming down all morning, afternoon, and evening long. Should clear out of here by about 9 o'clock, but we are going to have some rain coming down until then. We'll see how that plays into tonight's contest, as both of these teams love to put the football in the air. It is their primary attack for their offenses, so we'll see how that impacts the play tonight with all the rain coming down throughout the area. So, again, GW number 5 in Class AAA taking on number 12, Princeton. We will be back with more right after this here on our High School Game Day Parmar Stores Game of the Week.
At Dutch Miller Hyundai in Huntington, we've got more than 50 brand new Hyundais set to hit the lot, including Appalachia's best selection of hybrids. Plus, how about no payments until next year? Text or chat now and even get pre-approved at DutchMillerHyundai.com.
For a Labor Day tents event.
This is our biggest event ever with the most cars and the most offers.
We've got 4 locations of inventory. Not only are we selling at our main lots, but we've got tents at the Kanawha Mall and the Old Sport Mart Plaza. Every test drive is a chance to win $1,000. Buy a car and get your choice of $1,000 cash, no payments until 2023, 250 gallons of gas, or take a bigger discount.
With the best trade-in figures powered by Kelley Blue Book Instant Cash Offer, you can get the best deals of the year.
Go to TallJ4.com and see for yourself.
Winter is coming. It's time to remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. With cooler days ahead, now is the time to call Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling and schedule your heating system tune-up. Our experienced technicians will provide you peace of mind with our comprehensive 15-point system service. The Mullen Heating System Service and Safety Inspection will ensure you aren't left in the cold this winter. Remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call and schedule your tune-up today or visit us online at mullenplumbing.com.
Ball Toyota is here for you. Gas prices got you down? Toyota has a hybrid for everyone, like the 53 MPG Corolla or Camry, the 58 MPG Prius, the 41 MPG RAV4, the 40 MPG Venza, and the 36 MPG Highlander. Need more room or want to haul a trailer or boat? Get the new 22 MPG Tundra Hybrid. Give your new Toyota the protection it deserves with a genuine Toyota service contract. Visit balltoyota.com. Ball Toyota of Charleston. It's a whole new ballgame.
On the Hill, getting you set for tonight's high school football playoff action in Class AAA. It's number 12, Princeton, taking on number 5, George Washington. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, and our Nitro Broadcast Network crew, happy to have you along with us here this evening from our Frontier Communications broadcast booth on our Parmar Stores High School Game Day Game of the Week. And, well, we mentioned it's playoff time. 16 teams starting off with fresh 0-0 records, chasing down the state championship, trying to make that trip to Wheeling Island Stadium later on in early December.
And for GW, it's a team that you expect to be there virtually every year, usually a playoff team, whether they're top of the bracket, bottom of the bracket, home or away. Usually they make it. But Princeton, maybe not as a perennial member of the playoffs, not a team that always cracks. That's somewhat a surprise this season, having already beaten 3 teams that are in the playoffs now. Two teams with a little bit varying experience coming in here tonight, looking to move on to that second round.
Yeah, this is a Princeton team under 60-year head coach Chris Pettigo, who in his first 3 seasons won just 4 games there down in Princeton for the Tigers, and now the last 3 seasons has led his team to the playoffs. But the last 2 years, it's been a first-round exit for the Tigers. So, Will, you got to imagine that this team has had some playoff experience now, and they're hungry and ready to go with a 6-3 record and having taken on 3 top 6 teams in Class AAA coming into tonight's matchup. This is a team that's battle-tested and ready to go against the number 5 George Washington Patriots.
This is one of those teams that you see in the bottom half of a bracket and think that you kind of circle that one as a team that's kind of more dangerous than their seed may indicate. But yeah, played tough against against teams that are in that top half of the bracket have, and I think GW and Princeton only had 2 mutual opponents, and I think Princeton actually came out better on those 2 games combined. So, not afraid to see up here. They looking forward to a exciting game out here, and both 2 teams that like to move it around and have a fairly exciting style of play out here.
Yeah, we'll mention those 2 opponents that they have in common, Hurricane and Woodrow Wilson. Princeton took on the Redskins back on October 7th. That was a 49-13 win for Hurricane there at home. Then the next week, Princeton played at home there against Woodrow Wilson and came away with a 56-7 victory for the Patriots in those 2 games. That was the first loss of the season for GW all the way back in week number 3 against the Redskins there, and in Hurricane, a 56-7 loss for GW there. And then GW followed that loss up with a loss the next week against Huntington at home here on the Hill, 58-13. Now GW has since won 6 in a row on the series after starting the year with 2 wins against Cabell Midland and Ashland Paul Blazer. But that other opponent we mentioned for the 2 schools in common, Woodrow Wilson, GW just played them last week down at Beckley. GW coming away with a 26-10 win. So Will, as he mentioned, Princeton faring much better in those 2 matchups against those common opponents. And Princeton, actually the last time they played against GW here on the Hill in 2020 in that COVID year where games were getting canceled right and left, these 2 schools met up at the end of the season, and it was Princeton coming away with a 21-0 victory over the Patriots, and that ended a 10-game losing streak in the series to GW all time. This is the 16th meeting between these 2 schools, and Will, we mentioned GW, high potent passing attack. Abe Fenwick loves to throw the football around, and he's got a couple of targets that he can spread it out to, and 2 guys that really lead the charge, Anthony Valentine and Keegan Sack, help him out with that.
Yeah, and the impressive thing is they're both technically running backs. They're both guys out of the backfield. Sack, he'll split out and line up as one.
Yeah, they flip them a lot.
Right. So just 2 guys that you just try to get the ball to. You find a spot on the field, put him, have him run around and go get it. Last week it was Sack's week. He had a great game there against Woodrow Wilson to kind of put him over the top there. Over 100 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, and a big touchdown catch. So. We'll see if it's his night tonight, or maybe it's Valentine's, or maybe it's neither of theirs, and Princeton really plays their hearts out.
Teams meeting out at midfield for the coin toss with the captains for GW and Princeton after the Tigers will receive, after GW will decline and have the sorry, folks, having a hard time spitting it out tonight. GW won the toss, elected to defer, so Princeton will receive the opening kickoff, and GW will get the ball in the second half. So GW going to send its defense out first, and Will, it's a GW defense that has gotten a lot better over the last couple of weeks, giving up just 16 points to Woodrow Wilson and Capital, and coming off of that big win 3 weeks ago against a Spring Valley Timberwolves team that is always dangerous, especially once they get into the playoffs.
Yeah, and earlier in that season, you talked a little bit about that tough stretch they had against Hurricane, and Huntington gave up well over 100 points combined, but since then really got together. Part of that's not having to play Hurricane and Huntington, but great effort there. You really like to see a defense come together as the season goes about. They certainly had great pieces from the beginning. Guys like Laith Ganem and Peyton Coulter, and Sack obviously playing out there great on defense like he is on offense. But you always want to see a defense kind of come together as the season goes, and this is the way the Patriots have played out.
So Patriots out in the all burgundy tonight. The silver numbers outlined in white. Silver helmets with the GW on one side, the old snapping Patriot on the other side. Bit of a mix of old school and new school for the Patriots on those helmets. And for the Princeton Tigers, white jerseys with a blue number outlined in black, blue pants, and the black lid with the blue Princeton Tiger paw on the side. Actually, excuse me, that's a dark blue helmet, not a black helmet. Yeah, in the light it looked a little black from where I was standing, but nice looking set of uniforms for both sides for tonight's playoff matchup here on the Hill. Round one about to get underway here between GW and Princeton. Kick is away, and a fair catch is called for by DiGiacomo. Michael DiGiacomo on the near side. Fair catch called and fielded at the 22 for Princeton. So that is where Grant Cochran, the junior quarterback, and the Princeton offense will start off tonight's ball game. And Cochran very efficient with the football. 120 completions on 201 pass attempts, 1,736 yards, 26 touchdowns to just 4 interceptions. The guy definitely knows how to get rid of the football and not throw it away to the defense when he's under some pressure. He's also pretty efficient with his legs.
It's impressive to see that as a junior too. You know, sometimes not till the senior year they really figure out the safety with the ball, but he's a little bit ahead of the game.
Play action fake, a quick throw out and on a slant to the far side of the field. It's a 3-yard pickup for Carter Meacham. Number 10 senior wide receiver, 15th catch of the season on the year now. So 2nd and 7. Handoff goes to the tailback this time. Brody Rice. Rice with a decent gain up to the 29-yard line. A 4-yard pickup there will make it 3rd down. Oh, hey, Will, we talked about digital down markers, and GW's got some digital down markers now.
They said it was some actually kind of play. I think it's some type of sponsorship.
Hey, I like it. It looks good. We talked about it at Nitro earlier this year, how great that is. So 3rd and 2 for the Tigers. It'll be a keeper for Cochran, and Cochran is going to come up about a yard shy on that run off the left side of the read option play. Didn't get quite enough there.
31-yard line.
But 4th and 1 on the way for the Tigers. See what they elect to do here. Well, now they're going to call an officials time. I believe they're going to bring the chains over from the far side to measure it. Yes, they are going to do exactly that and make certain that they have the spot correct. But it looks awfully close.
I don't think
it's closer than it was,
there.
Yeah. From where they initially had him, it looked like he was a full yard shy, but now it looks an awful lot closer than that. So Chain Gang making their way over. And it is it is a full yard shy now. It looked closer than it was.
Yeah, that's a big early, because from this distance you're probably punting here, checking out what they're doing here. Might not. Well, never mind what I was about to say.
Yeah, Tigers taking a long look over to the sideline with the offense still out on the field on 4th and 1.
It doesn't look like there's a punt team ready to come on or anything
unless Cochran's going to maybe try a pooch punt out of the shotgun. And 4th and 1, here we go on the opening drive here in this first-round playoff matchup. Ball's on the turf on a bad snap. Cochran fighting to try to get back, and he's going to come up short. A full yard short after he bobbled the snap and lost it onto the turf. Was able to pick it back up, but couldn't get the yardage needed. A great stand there by that GW defense to bring the offense out for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it's massive, especially when you're playing a team like Princeton that really leans on their offense to get that early turnover on downs deep in their own territory. Setting up your offense early, just the way you want to start off a playoff matchup.
Especially with an explosive offense like Princeton has. Last week against the #1 team in the state in Class AAA, Princeton took on Parkersburg South and hung with Parkersburg South for a majority of that game, falling 49-41. Fenwick rolls to his left on first down. Passes bobbled and dropped by Hayden Hatfield, but I believe we're going to have a false start before that play even developed. I think that was Keegan Sack that may have moved. It was either him or Anthony Valentine that got a little bit of an early jump as the wing there off the left side of the formation.
Yeah, his feet got a little antsy and drew the flag on that one. So not ideal, but at least it was on first down.
Yeah, so a 5-yard loss with that penalty. Be 1st and 15 from just behind the 35-yard line. So Abe Fenwick, junior quarterback, seemingly has just gotten better as the season has gone on. 2,186 passing yards, 25 touchdowns to 9 interceptions, but a majority of those interceptions were thrown in those 2 losses to Hurricane and Huntington in weeks 3 and 4. Has since really buckled down, and you could see the maturation of Abe Fenwick over the last few weeks. 1st and 15 for the Patriot offense after the penalty. Fenwick takes a shotgun snap, throws to his left, has a wide open Keegan Sack. Sack turns downfield, inside the 30, inside the 20, and he'll have close to a first down for the Patriots, depending on where they spot him. Right now, they're marking him inside the 20 down to the 18. That is a first down for the Patriots. Give him 17 on 1st and 15. And the Patriots are inside the red zone quickly. Our replay there brought to you by Parmar Stores. In our Parmar Stores Game Day Game of the Week. Happy to have you with us here. Handoff goes to Anthony Valentine. He'll go off the left side, breaks out a one-arm tackle, still on his feet inside the 10, and he's got another first down for the Patriots.
We started off with that play. Another 12 yards there.
And look at him just running with determination there, getting his shoulders down and keeping his head down and running through contact. 1st and 10 from the 6 after a nice run there by Anthony Valentine.
And like we said, Valentine and Sack are the 2 guys they really look for to make plays, and so far 2 plays, 2 big chunks from them.
Full house backfield, handoff goes to Valentine again. Valentine cuts through the defense and knifes his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots here with 9:12 to go in the first quarter. GW strikes first off of the defense, getting the 4th down stop, and the offense 3 plays later goes in and scores to take a 7-0 lead.
And pretty much just a dream start here on the hill for the home team. Now it's really on Princeton to cut back on their second drive and find some success. They moved the ball just a little bit, weren't able to pick up that first down, but look for their playmakers to get something going to keep this thing from getting away.
Jordan Price, PAT, is up, and it is good. Patriots lead 7-0 here on the hill in this round 1 playoff matchup. We're back with more of our high school game day Parmar Stores Game of the Week right after this.
Rocky Knob Farm from Pritchard, West Virginia wants to say good luck to all the Wayne County teams this football season. We support our teams as they support us throughout our harvest season. Jason, Tabitha, and Tanner say go Wolves, go Rebels, go Pioneers. And remember, if it ain't Rocky Knob, it ain't corn on the cob. The Cerrito Farmers Market will remain open through October. The cool, crisp football nights is a sure reminder that pumpkin harvest season is upon us. See you at the market.
Back here on the hill, Patriots lead 7-0 after the defense does its job, gets a 4th down stop and a turnover, and then the Patriots take it into the end zone. 3 plays later, capped off with an Anthony Valentine 6-yard touchdown run. That is Valentine's now 8th touchdown on the ground this season, 14th total. Kickoff to the near side is fielded by Meacham, and Meacham will bring it up to the 40, a much better return this time for the Tigers, and they'll start 1st and 10 from, well, actually now they'll spot it, it looks like just inside the 40, but still great field position for Princeton, and got to try to shrug off that last series to start this game and try to get back and move down the field and score. Trips line up to the far side of the formation. That's Dominic Collins and Meacham out there to the far side of the field. Receiver to the near side is Nick Fleming. Snap comes back to Cochran. He'll hand it off to Price, and Price is quickly met by the Patriot defense at the line of scrimmage. Lath Ganem initially got to him, couldn't bring him down, but he got enough of him for the defense to come in and clean him up.
Yeah, it looked like he initially may have had a hole there and hit it pretty hard, but just got pushed right back out.
That was Brad Mosser over there as well on the far side for the Tigers. He'll be the inside man in that two-receiver set to the top, two to the bottom as Meacham comes down, and he'll join Nick Fleming.
Number 5 at the top there, that's who they really like to get the ball to as a huge part of their offense.
Handoff goes to Rice, and Rice with a nice run there on second down as he will be 2 yards shy of the first down and 2 yards shy of midfield. Pickup of 8, and see how the Patriot defense reacts here on third down after getting the fourth down stop last series. Cochran takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to Rice. Rice plunges his way forward into Patriot territory and has himself a first down. Needed 2, picked up 7, and the Chains advance again, or advance for the first time for Parkersburg.
That was a really good push from the interior of that Princeton offensive line. Eli Campbell, Chase Smith, and Damian Thomas really did a good job reestablishing just a couple yards back and making that pretty easy to pick up that third down there.
1st and 10 from the Patriot 45 for the Tigers. Ball's on the turf. Bad handoff, and it looks like the Patriots have it. Yes, they do. Jumping on top of the football for GW there is, I believe that's Gunnar Flores with the fumble recovery as we take another look at it here on our Parmar Stores instant replay.
There's a difficulty with the handoff, and then good job there to get the bottom of the pile and force another turnover here already.
Patriot defense forced the turnover on downs and now gets a forced fumble. Really not a forced fumble, it was just a bad handoff attempt, but jumps on top of it and gets the turnover. So 1st and 10 for GW now from their own 43-yard line. Empty set now. They'll bring 3 motion players in. It'll be Clyde May, Keegan Sack, and Anthony Valentine. Handoff goes to Sack, and Sack is stopped in the backfield. Princeton defense gets back to him in a hurry as Rice and Meacham both get back there to stop him for a loss. They'll drop him for a loss of 1, so 2nd and 11 on the way for the Tigers. Or for the Patriots, excuse me. Clay Matthews now in the backfield for GW. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Up top, it's Hunter Giacomo joined by Valentine. To the near side, it'll be Hayden Hatfield, the bottom receiver, with Keegan Sack lined up in the middle. Fenwick thrown over to the far side. Coming back for that one is Hunter Giacomo. Giacomo will be stopped at midfield, and he will be a couple yards shy of the first down, but a nice play there on second down to make this third down much more manageable for this GW offense. So it goes from 2nd and 11 now to 3rd and 4. Well, 3rd and a long 3. Fenwick in the shotgun, and the play's blown dead. Flag coming over from the near side. And it looks like they're going to get the Tigers for an offside here.
Mason Brookman, their number 53, got a little too excited to hop across there and drew the flag.
That will give the Patriots a free first down. So the Patriots will go back into Princeton territory on their second drive of the game here after getting that turnover on downs, the first possession for Princeton, and then with the short field going in and scoring. So GW trying to add to this 7-0 lead here with 6:17 to go in the first quarter. This opening round playoff matchup here in Class AAA. Play action fake to Valentine. Fenwick fires a dart to the near side, but that's almost intercepted. Play took a little too long to get out here to the near side, and almost coming up with that pick is Markel Lowe, sophomore, doing a nice job reading that throw, and was just a step off of making an interception.
Fenwick did a good job of looking through progression, but once he got to the end, he had to throw across the formation to the far side of the field, and that gave Lowe time to get there and make that play.
That was an awfully long throw to make after that play action, and Lowe is in a great position, just a step slow coming to it. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Handoff goes to Valentine. Valentine breaks out of one tackle and then is tripped up but falls forward for a couple of yards after initial contact.
Still early, but Valentine already averaging a healthy 7 yards per carry.
3rd and 7 for the Patriots. Oh, really 3rd and 8. It's a long 7. Patriots looking over the sideline for the play call with the trips to the near side, the wide side of the field. Fenwick takes a shotgun snap, has some time, throws out into the flat to Valentine. Valentine doesn't have any blockers in front of him, trying to do it himself, and he will pick up a couple down to the 40. It's at least a 2-yard gain there for Valentine on that throw out into the flat. But that will bring up 4th and short now for the Patriot offense. 4th and a short 5. Short 5, long 4, call it however you want it.
That's the thing about those electronic boards on the far side. They got around one way or another, so.
But Patriot offense going to stay out on the field and go for it here. Valentine goes in motion. Fenwick takes a shotgun snap, steps up in the pocket now, and he's going to take off with it. Throws it, and he's got a pass complete to Valentine on the near side. Great job of drawing the defense to him, and Valentine just filled in that zone area and has a first down grab for the Patriots on 4th down. GW goes from the 40 down to the 16-yard line. A pickup of 24 on 4th and 4.
A great awareness to realize his guy came open there when he drew the defense in and know that he still had the opportunity to throw it, especially with the markers on the opposite side of the field.
Great play there by the junior quarterback, Abe Fenwick, and then a great move by Valentine to cut upfield and pick up extra yardage after making that catch. 1st and 10 from the 16 for the Patriots. Handoff goes to Valentine again. Valentine will get down near the 10-yard line. Another nice run there for the junior running back, wide receiver hybrid.
Out to the Princeton 10-yard line. That's a gain of 6, and we'll bring up 2nd down and 4.
He and Keegan Sack are kind of like H-backs more than anything, with the versatility that they bring, while also having that speed and the being able to bring the thunder when needed. It's kind of rare to have two guys that are so similar in their skill sets.
Both have some good size to him as well.
Sack, if he'd been a little bit smaller, probably would have been stopped for a bigger loss because he got met immediately by Brody Rice. That'll be a loss on that.
14-yard line.
3rd and 7 on the way now for the Patriots. GW can get a first down before having to get into the end zone. 3 minutes now, less than 3 minutes here in this first quarter. Patriots leading 7-0. Sack goes in motion. Snap comes back to Fenwick. Throws to the near side. Finds Sack. Sack inside the 5. Makes a man miss. Dives across the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. 2:43 to go as we take another look at it here in our Parmar Stores instant replay. Again, Sack went in motion, lined up behind Hayden Hatfield, and a nice catch there at the 5. Cuts outside of his defender, and then gets into the end zone for the GW touchdown.
Like I said, those two guys, just find one of them, try to give him the ball. Great job there. Put that move there at the end to get his way into the end zone. Not many guys can match up with him in space one-on-one like that, and he's able to find pay dirt.
13-yard touchdown pass put the Patriots up 13-0. Now make it 14-0 as the PAT is good. GW leads 14-0 over Princeton here in this first-round matchup of Class AAA high school football playoffs in West Virginia. We're back with more of our high school game day Parmar Stores Game of the Week right after this.
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
It's trick-or-treat season, and there's 3 things I can't wait to do. Give away all my candy corn. I'm just not into it. Put on my costume of my best amigo, Wes. Pretty spot on, don't you think? And haul away all my candy in my brand new truck from Dutch Miller Ram of South Charleston. During Ram Power Days, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for up to 6 years on select 2022 Ram Crew Cab and Quad Cab Laramies and Bighorns.
Back here on the hill, Patriots 14-0 lead. Kickoff over to the near side is muffed by the Tigers' Mosser, but he's able to pick it back up, and then he loses the football off of a big hit by the Patriots, and then GW jumps back on top of it. Clay Matthews with the hit to jar the football loose, and then coming up with the ball out of the pile for GW is it's number 23.
For Princeton here. I mean, you had that, pretty good job recovering, then boom, good hit right on the ball carrying arm, and then there's plenty of Patriots there to try to grab it up. Another great play by this Patriots team that really came to play here at home in the first round of the playoffs.
Jaden Whitehead, the man who able to recover the fumble for GW and put the Patriot offense back out on the field right after it just scored. And GW just outside the red zone already, 1st and 10 from the Princeton 22. Fenwick going to drop back to pass, looking for Hayden Hatfield in the corner of the end zone. Does he make the catch? No signal yet. And there it is, incomplete. I think he had the football. He just didn't stay in bounds as we take another look at it on our Parmar Stores instant replay.
Yeah, because it was the farther away ref who had to make the final call on that. He's got the... I don't know if he held on.
He may not have been able to maintain possession of it. But
no, he kept possession.
Well, the question, I guess, is did it maybe hit the ground? Did the ground help him hold on to it? I'm not really sure, but that's an awfully close play to make. But, hey, GW trying to strike quickly there, going for the home run ball on the opening play after the fumble, and you can't blame them at all to try to keep that momentum swung in their direction.
Absolutely. I mean, especially with the rain coming down the way it is, causing some problems out there. And, I mean, you debated how much this rain would really impact things, because oftentimes we kind of, maybe overstate the impact that some rain might have, but I think that kickoff was almost definitely impacted by the rain, and GW's taking advantage of it.
So Patriot kickoff team forces the fumble, gets the football back, and now has to call a timeout after striking out on the home run ball on the first play. We'll be right back with more high school football action after this here on High School Game Day's Parmar Stores Game of the Week.
I'm attorney Bobby Warner. Congress recently created a fund to compensate victims of Camp Lejeune who were exposed to toxic waters between 1953 and 1987. If you or a loved one were diagnosed with cancer or other health issues related to toxic water exposure at Camp Lejeune, call today for a free case evaluation.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 34567.
In Kanawha County classrooms, students of all ages and abilities have access to cutting-edge technologies and ideas. Here, students are supported by a community of teachers, coaches, parents, and administrators with the tradition of ensuring that each child has an equal opportunity to thrive. Where the answer to every what if is we're ready. We're ready to dream bigger, to climb higher. We're ready. Kanawha County Schools.
Back here on the hill, Fenwick takes a snap on 2nd and 10. Screen pass thrown out to Valentine. Valentine almost breaks out of the attempted tackle from Mason Brookman, but he got enough of him to bring him down. He'll fall down at the 15. Still a decent gain there for Valentine, who will pick up
8 yards there.
Bring up 2nd and 2.
3rd down and 2 to go for the Patriots.
And if Valentine hadn't run into Mason Brookman, he had a wall of blockers in front of him and probably could have got into the end zone. But 3rd and 3 for GW now, after the kickoff team forced the fumble to give the Patriots possession back after scoring with 2:43 to go. Fenwick now loses the snap, and as he went to pick it up, his knees were on the ground, so that will be a loss. And it's unfortunate for Fenwick, as he tried to get something going there, but at least the Patriots maintain possession of the football. It is a loss back to the 20, And that will be a 5-yard loss and bring up 4th and 7 as the rain continues to come down here in the capital city.
A tough break there. Like we said, the rain kind of playing more a factor than we may have thought it would. I mean, we knew it would be wet, but now we see both quarterbacks have struggled with it at least once.
Now, obviously, the weather, no benefit to anybody, but the question was going to be is who would it be more hurtful to this evening? And so far, it's been Princeton being impacted the most. GW forcing a couple of fumbles already here in this opening quarter. As Fenwick drops back to pass under some pressure, and he's just going to eat a sack here back at the 30. A 10-yard loss on that sack as Meacham comes up with it for his 6th sack of the season. As again, you see another look of it here in our instant replay. Fenwick just didn't have anywhere to throw the football and just had to eat it, although he may have been able to get rid of it if he had thought about it when that first defender came up and tried to bring him down. But
you don't necessarily want your first thought to be to chuck it away.
I mean, it was 4th down. He was trying to make something happen. So, but that is a 4th down turnover for the Patriot offense, and that will send Princeton out 1st and 10 from their own 30 now, trailing 14-0 here in the final minute of this first quarter. Handoff goes to Rice. Rice spins out of a couple of tackles, and he'll be brought down at the 38 as Gunnar Flores brings him down. It'll still be a nice gain there, though, by Rice. An 8-yard pickup, bring up 2nd and 2.
This is a great just downhill runner, just puts his gets his pads low and goes where the offensive line wants him to, and has picked up pretty good chunks so far. 5 carries for 27 yards.
Team's leading rusher on the year coming into tonight, 87 carries, 535 yards, and 9 touchdowns. And he'll get it called again as he comes to the near side off the right tackle, breaks out of an arm tackle, has a 1st down as he runs out of bounds just across the 45-yard line at the 46. Nice pickup there for the Tigers of 8, as see another look at it there, gave a quick stiff arm to Ridge Flores, and then kept his legs churning to pick up the 1st down. So 1st and 10 from the Tiger 46-yard line. Play halting momentarily. The officials talking some things over here. Okay, they're asking to put 6 seconds back on the game clock, so 9 seconds will be left here in this first quarter once they fix that, and it has been adjusted now. So clock stopped because Rice ran out of bounds. 1st and 10, 5 wide set for the Tigers. Cochran alone in the backfield. Takes a snap, a screen pass is thrown to Mosser. Mosser has a nice gain, a 1st down as he breaks through a couple of tackles, and he's spun down inside the Patriot 40. 1st and 10 for the Tigers after a nearly 15-yard pickup on the final play of the first quarter. So Princeton into GW territory for the 2nd time tonight. That's the final play of quarter number 1. GW leads 14-0 here in this 5-12 matchup on the Hill against the Princeton Tigers. We're back with more after this here in our High School Game Day Parmar Stores Game of the Week.
Winter is coming. It's time to remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. With cooler days ahead, now is the time to call Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling and schedule your heating system tune-up. Our experienced technicians will provide you peace of mind with our comprehensive 15-point system service. The Mullen Heating System Service and Safety Inspection will ensure you aren't left in the cold this winter. Remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call and schedule your tune-up today or visit us online at mullenplumbing.com.
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Back here on the Hill, Patriots and Tigers duking it out in this 5-12 matchup in the first round of the high school playoffs in Class AAA in West Virginia. Adam Rogers, Will Vance here from our Parmar Stores High School Game of the Week. Handoff goes to Rice, and Rice maybe picks up 1. That'd be an honestly generous spot of a 1-yard gain. After Hunter Giacomo comes up from his free safety spot to make a nice tackle there.
Bring up 2nd down and 9 to go from the George Washington 30.
Live from our Frontier Communications broadcast booth with our Nitro Broadcast Network crew. Dr. Oliver and his crew with us this evening. We appreciate them every time they're with us. High snap, Cochran pulls it down, hands off to Rice. Rice, a decent run there again, and we'll get close to the 30. We do have a flag that comes in from the far side of the field.
Maybe a hole. I'm not entirely sure, but got a big reaction from the Patriots sideline, whatever it was.
See what the ruling on this is.
Personal foul, face mask, number 55 on the
That's going to be a face mask against Ridge Flores, the senior linebacker for GW, and that is going to be an automatic first down for Princeton. Still get closer to the red zone area. Deepest into GW territory the Tigers have been. After the last time they were in GW territory, they fumbled it away. After Cochran mishandled the handoff, trying to give it to Rice or potentially even pull it for a keeper. He lost the football. GW recovered and then went down and scored. Now Tigers are inside the red zone. Handoff goes to Rice. Rice still on his feet, and he'll be down inside the 15. Another nice run there near the 10. As Ridge Flores makes the stop.
Number 21, Peyton Coulter.
Stop him at the 11. Bring up 2nd down and 4 after the 6-yard run by Rice. Rice, not a very big guy, just 5'7", 200 pounds as a senior tailback. But he is a hard-nosed runner for the Tigers. Team's leading rusher, again, 535 rushing yards coming into tonight. Take the handoff there, and going off the right side is going to be wrapped up and brought down after a short gain.
It's like short of the first, but not by much.
Yeah, Hunter Giacomo making the stop there. On that far side.
You pointed out over 500 yards on the season. It clearly looks like so far they came up to the hill with a game plan of featuring him in the running game, and so far he's been up to the challenge.
Yeah, Cochran only 2 pass attempts in that whole first quarter.
9 carries for 45 yards.
So now they're going to spread it out 5 wide. 2 to the top of the formation, 3 to the bottom. That's the wide side of the field. Snap comes back to Cochran. Quick throw out into the flat. That is caught by Mosser. He'll break out a 1 tackle, and then he will get the first down as he gets down near the 5.
Cochran's pass complete to Moser.
Moser.
Tackled by number 57, Heath McCormick for the Patriots.
It is a first down, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 5.
Will be 1st down and goal to go.
We'll check that from the 6. It's a long way to see even with these binoculars I have to make certain that I get that spot right. A little more than 2.5 into this second quarter. Patriots lead by 2 touchdowns, but the Tigers threatening to score here. Rice with a quick stop on that turf, almost slid as he made that tried to make that quick cut, but stayed on his feet, and he will pick up 1 yard down to the 5. And man, talking about stopping on a dime. With as slick as that turf is, the ability to stay on his feet there is pretty impressive.
I mean, that was the difference between no yards and the one he was able to create out of virtually nothing.
Maybe he's got some big inner ears and helps with his balance or something, right? Is that a thing?
Maybe.
Cochran, high snap, pulled down. He'll keep it himself on a read option, and he'll go into the end zone off the right side. Touchdown, Tigers. Cut the Patriot lead to 14-6 now after Cochran takes it himself in from 5 yards out.
Yeah, just a great timing to call that play there after they fed Rice so far in this first half, and Cochran did a great job seeing what was going on and pulling it down.
Yeah, pulled Peyton Coulter in off that edge. That outside linebacker for GW came down crashing on the back coming in, and then Cochran pulled it, kept it himself, and it was all textbook from there. Kick is up from Casey Gesso, and it is good. Touchdown Tigers. Extra point is good. It's a 7-point game here on the Hill now. GW still leading 14-7 with 8:38 to go here in the first half. We're back with more right after this here in our Parmar Stores High School Game Day Game of the Week.
This event brought to you by Cipriani and Warner, attorney at law. Structural Systems, Inc., your fabrication specialists. And Mullins Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling.
We know who we are, where we have been, and where we are going. Healthcare is ever-changing, and we are evolving to meet the future needs of our community. Thomas Health is honored to announce our affiliation with the WVU Health System. WVU Health System and its network of hospitals and physicians across West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania will allow Thomas Health to elevate and expand the current services we offer to this region. With broader access to specialists and subspecialists and the full support of the preeminent health system in our state, we look forward to
Kickoff here after the Princeton touchdown. Keegan Sack will field it at the 12-yard line and bring it over to the near side. Sack is going to be hit as he crosses the 25, and we've got a flag that comes out as the tackle was made there by Cameron Profit for the Tigers. And the hold called there against Clyde May, the freshman who has been getting more playing time as the season has gone on. Wasn't a part of the offense for the first few weeks of the season, but since about the midway point has seen himself getting a lot more playing time on the offense, defense, and special teams. And that'll back GW up to first and 10 from the 15 now, after Princeton scored for the first time on their previous possession.
So let's not ideal start for the Patriots here on this one. Plenty of time left in the half, but definitely need to try to get something out of this one after Princeton finally showed up in this last drive.
Play action. Sack gets the catch out in the flat on the near side of the field. Quickly upfield across the 25, and he's got himself a first down after an 11-yard pickup.
And that's a 12-yard gain and is enough for an Astorg Auto first down. G.
Bought it first and 10 from the 27 now, so let's check that, a 12-yard gain. And first and 10 for GW as Sack goes in motion from far side to near side. Same play that he just picked up 12 on, gets it again, and he lost the football. Ball is out of bounds, though, and it'll stay with GW. As again, we're seeing the weather continuing to play a factor here. Again, same play. Sack trying to switch hands there as the hit was coming in where he originally caught the ball. He tried to move it from his left side to his right, and in the process, when he got hit, lost the football, but fortunately was able to lose it out of bounds, and GW will maintain possession after a 2-yard gain up to the 29.
Yeah, sometimes the sideline's your best teammate, and it definitely was there for the Patriots. Definitely a good chance Princeton could have recovered that if they had a couple more yards of real estate.
Play action fake to Valentine. Fenwick going to lob one, trying to set up a screen, but Valentine wasn't looking for the football. Fenwick fortunate to get that one away without taking a sack. And that will stop the clock with 7:19 to go here in the first half. Patriots leading by a touchdown against visiting Princeton. It's first-round playoff matchup here. 16th all-time meeting between GW and Princeton. Patriots had won 10 in a row up until 2020 when Princeton came away with a 21-0 shutout here on the Hill in November, that COVID pandemic season. Patriot offense taking an awfully long time here.
Yeah, I was looking around for those.
And just going to take a timeout here before the play clock expires. Second timeout burned by the Patriots. That stops the clock with 7:17 to go here in this second quarter. We'll step aside for a short break and be back with more playoff action here on our High School Game Day Par-Mar Stores Game of the Week.
Your first choice for medical care. Together, proudly serving our community and the state of West Virginia, today and tomorrow.
Make sure you are informed. With HD Media, we are leading the state in local, digital, and print media. We are storytellers. We focus on education, health, entertainment, politics, opinions, sports, and the outdoors through our websites, print, or social and mobile apps. We work every day to enhance the lives of our customers by informing, entertaining, and empowering our readers in the communities we serve. We are HD Media.
Back here on the hill after the Patriot timeout, 3rd and 8 on the way for GW. Empty formation in the backfield for the Patriots. Fenwick thrown across the middle of the field, has a wide open sack, drops the shoulder as he makes the catch, still on his feet inside the 40. What a great catch and throw from the Patriots there. Fenwick delivers a dime over the middle of the defense, and Sack delivers, getting the Patriots down into Tiger territory at the 36-yard line. So we see another look of it there in our Par-Mar Stores instant replay. Just a great play design there for the Patriots.
Yeah, just attacking the seam there with one of your best receivers. You can bounce off the defensive back and pick up a mean 30 yards there. Huge chunk play, biggest one for GW so far tonight, or either team for that matter.
Fenwick throws a screen pass out to Hayden Hatfield. Hatfield follows his blockers back inside, cutting to the near side of the field. He's got a great block inside the 20 to the 10, 5, touchdown Patriots. A 36-yard touchdown pass from Fenwick to Hatfield. Hatfield goes from the far side of the field, cuts back across the middle, and makes his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Man, what a great job by the senior Hayden Hatfield, reading the blocks from his teammates and then cutting upfield and getting into the end zone. .6:38 to go, second quarter. Patriots make it 20-7. Kick is up, and it is good from Jordan Price. Keep you right here on our High School Game Day Par-Mar Stores Game of the Week as the Patriots make it a 14-point game again. Patriot offense, Will, has looked really good so far in this first half. Just one empty possession with the turnover on downs.
Yeah, and it's really been Fenwick. I mean, so far 10 of 13 passes for 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. Combine that with some pretty efficient running from Valentine and didn't chug it along. They had that one drive that got away from them. Beyond that, 3 or 4 turned into touchdowns.
Here on our High School Game Day Par-Mar Stores Game of the Week, live from the Frontier Communications broadcast booth. Happy to have you with us this evening. Don't forget, you can read all about tonight's matchup between number 5 George Washington and number 12 Princeton later on this evening in the West Virginia Gazette-Mail, online tonight and on newsstands tomorrow. Rick Ryan will have a full recap for you. Right now, we'll be writing about a Patriot win. Also want to make certain to thank West Virginia Coal Association. Still, coal keeps the stadium lights on. Martin Transport, join our team of professional drivers for the best pay and benefits. Learn more at driveformartintransport.com. Mullins Plumbing and Heating, a proud partner of Game Day. Contact us today for a free consultation. And United Bank. United Bank is a proud partner of HD Media's High School Game Day. For all your personal and business financial needs, go with West Virginia's Bank at bankwithunited.com. Kickoff in the end zone for a touchback, and the Tigers will get the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Now, Will, how do the Tigers respond? Finally got the proverbial monkey off their back offensively with that last drive, getting their first points of the game after having a turnover on downs, a fumble on the second offensive series, and then after GW scored their second touchdown, fumbled it on the ensuing kickoff.
And 2 things to consider going forward in this one is, 1, the rain's basically stopped, and 2, Princeton still hasn't gotten into their main playmaker, Dominic Collins. I'm sure they're going to be looking for ways to do that as we go forward.
Cochran drops back to throw. Pass over to the far side of the field. That is caught by Nick Fleming. Fleming on the comeback route over on the far side will get across a 25, and he will get up to the 27-yard line. So a 7-yard pickup there for the Tiger offense. Bring up 2nd and 3.
2nd down and 3 to go.
Yeah, so far, Cochran's only thrown 4 passes, completed all 4 for 28, but definitely once the things start to dry out here, they're probably going to look to try to get back to that passing game that they do so well.
Haven't really thrown the ball deep very much either. Now they finally come to the near side to Collins, but this one will be coming back because Collins, the guy who caught the football and picked up a first down, moved before the ball was snapped. So he was just antsy to get the ball into his hands, knowing it was coming to him as we take another look at it on our Parmar Stores Instant Replay. Saw it just there at the beginning of it, just a hair early. And that'll back Princeton up 5 yards.
They finally dialed one up specifically to get Collins there. If they're going to start to beat into this lead and try to take control of this game, they're really going to need their top playmaker there. And they're really going to need to get this passing game overall going. We said Rice has really done a great job in his seemingly expanded role so far in this one, but you still want to get that passing game going, especially, like I said, now that day-long rain is finally worn off.
So now 2nd and 9. Really a 2nd and 8. It was 2nd and 3 there a moment ago. But trips to the near side. Cochran, the man at the bottom of the formation there, just off your screen. Handoff goes to Rice, though. Rice with a nice run. And he will have a first down.
Brought down by number 1, Hunter.
Ross will be brought down a yard shy of the 35-yard line.
That's a gain out to the Princeton 34-yard line. And will be a Princeton first down.
So Princeton 1st and 10 now, picking up that first down after the illegal shift by Collins. 2 receivers to either side of the formation for Princeton. Rice in the backfield with Cochran in the shotgun. Man coming in motion is Moser. Moser makes the grab, tries to turn upfield, and he'll be brought down from behind at the 40 by Gunnar Flores.
Moser, the ball carrier,
and a pickup of 6 there for Moser. Freshman wide receiver. 27 grabs coming into tonight, 3 touchdowns with 370 yards receiving.
That was a 6-yard
bring up 2nd and 4 for the Tiger offense now. Now Collins comes in motion. He'll go up to the top of the formation. Handoff goes to Rice, though, up the middle. Rice still on his feet, and he'll be maybe about a half-yard shy, depending on where they spot him. And he is going to be just about a half-yard shy.
62 yards now on 12 carries. Definitely a part of the game plan coming in here.
So a 3rd and less than 1 to go.
It'll be 3rd down and 2 to go for the Patriots.
Tigers send 2 to the top. High snap. Cochran pulls it down. Almost bobbled by Rice, but able to bring it back down, and he's got a first down for the Princeton Tigers just shy of midfield. Needed 1, and as you'll see here, he came up just shy of the 50. And he'll go up to the 48.
And that was a precarious carry from start to finish, but gets the job done.
So another first down for the Tiger offense here. 3:40 to go here on a moving clock in this second quarter. Tigers trailing by 2 touchdowns. Rice goes in motion. Cochran throws a screen to the near side to Collins. Collins across midfield, and he'll be forced out of bounds just near the 40-yard line. That'll be Keegan Sack forcing him out there for the Patriot defense. And that's the first time Dominic Collins has gotten the football in his hands tonight on an official play, because the last time he got whistled for an illegal motion. But right there, you see what he's able to do with the football in his hands, picking up a first down for the Tigers.
Yeah, big 14-yard reception there, and that's something they're going to need to do if they want to get this offense really humming like it has in the past couple of weeks, is get their top playmaker more involved. Right there, another pass that was designed specifically to get him involved and get the ball to him. 1st and 10 from the Patriot 38. Pass across the middle of the field to a wide open Moser. Moser going to go into the end zone untouched. Touchdown, Tigers from 38. As we see another look at it here in our Parmar Source instant replay. Just wide open across the middle. And that was just set up by their use of screen. They made a fake screen, Panther on the far side. GW bid on it, and then Moser was able to just get free on that just simple fly route.
Yeah, 38-yard touchdown as Gesso comes out for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Tigers make it a 7-point game again here in the first half. 3:16 to go until halftime. 21 for the Patriots, 14 for the Tigers. We're back with more high school football playoff action right after this on our High School Game Day Parmar Stores Game of the Week.
At Dutch Miller Hyundai in Huntington, we've got more than 50 brand new Hyundais set to hit the lot, including Appalachia's best selection of hybrids. Plus, how about no payments until next year? Text or chat now and even get pre-approved at DutchMillerHyundai.com.
Time for a Labor Day tents event.
This is our biggest event ever with the most cars and the most offers.
We've got 4 locations of inventory. Not only are we selling at our main lots, but we've got tents at the Kanawha Mall and the Old Sport Mart Plaza. Every test drive is a chance to win $1,000. Buy a car and get your choice of $1,000 cash, no payments until 2023, 250 gallons of gas, or take a bigger discount.
With the best trade-in figures powered by Kelley Blue Book Instant Cash Offer, you can get the best deals of the year.
Go to TopJ4.com and see for yourself.
Winter is coming. It's time to remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. With cooler days ahead, now is the time to call Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling and schedule your heating system tune-up. Our experienced technicians will provide.
Short kickoff here. And ball didn't go full 10 yards, but Peyton Coulter will jump on top of it to just make certain it doesn't roll that extra half yard. And GW will have great field position here after the onside kick attempt by Princeton after scoring to make it a 7-point game here in the second quarter. Moser with a 38-yard touchdown pass, wide open and untouched into the end zone to bring the Tigers back within a score.
One of the worst onside kick attempts I've seen in high school, but certainly wasn't the best. GW getting set up here. Great field position, not a ton of time left, but enough to score, and they get the ball to start the second half. So a big couple series here ahead.
Empty set for the Patriots, and Fenwick showing some fancy footwork there in the pocket to dance out of some pressure, trying to fire it across the middle to Hunter Giacomo, and that pass is incomplete. Giacomo doing a heck of an effort, though, to try to come back to that football and make that grab for his quarterback. Just couldn't quite come to it far enough.
Oh, and on the opposite side, they're having some problems with their canopies. Gusty winds down here.
Yeah, the rain may have stopped, but the wind picking up a little bit. It's been raining for nearly 24 hours here in the Tri-State. Fenwick throws a pass cross field to Anthony Valentine, who breaks out of one tackle inside the 40. It's a foot race to the end zone, inside the 20, to the 10, 5, reaching for the pylon, and he's going to come up a couple yards shy. But we do have a flag down back at the 40-yard line, so this one could be coming back.
Yeah, judging from the player reaction, I think that's ended up being a hold out there.
And we're going to look at it here. And, yeah, I think they're going to get, Hunter Giacomo definitely grabbing in there on Markel Lowe, the sophomore Panther safety for Princeton. And without that block, Valentine definitely.
And I think that's a unsportsmanlike. Yep, there it goes.
Yeah. So they get Giacomo not only for the hole, but now for the unsportsmanlike. So 25-yard penalties there, or total, for Hunter Giacomo.
So they go from possibly being inside the 5 to backed up to the 35.
And you see
that is a 65-yard swing.
See there, Marty Gerhardt. The official, talking with head coach Steve Edwards Jr. for the Patriots on the near side. Just trying to make certain he relays, really Steve Edwards Jr. trying to make certain he gets relayed what exactly it was for. But that'll back the Patriots up now. 2nd and 27, basically a trip back over on the other side of the hill to Overbrook Elementary.
There will be 2nd down and 27 yards to go.
Less than 3 to go here in this first half. Patriots with a touchdown lead. Backed up well into their own territory now. Empty set for the Patriots to the top of the formation. It'll be Hayden Hatfield, Keegan Sack, and Gunnar Flores. To the near side, it is Hunter Giacomo and Anthony Valentine. Fenwick takes a snap, but it'll be a quarterback draw, trying to get back some of those yards. He'll pick up 5 up to the 40. It'll make it 3rd and 22. Fenwick doesn't have to run often, but definitely is a lot more mobile than you would think just looking at him. He's got some elusiveness to him. 55 carries, 180 rushing yards on the season, 3 touchdowns rushing for him to go along with his 25 passing. And he does have a 58-yard run to his credit on the season. 3rd and 22, though, here for the Patriots. Play clock down to 8. Same formation for GW, 5 wide set. Fenwick takes a shotgun snap, throws down the middle of the field, and that one is tipped, almost intercepted by Dominic Collins. Hayden Hatfield was the intended target. And that'll bring up 4th down, and the Patriot punt team comes out.
Yeah, it was the first back-to-back incompletion for Fenwick all game, but it went to kind of ended up throwing a little bit in between his targets. Maybe should look a bit closer to Sack, but
yeah,
either way, pretty good job there by Collins. They were playing defense for Princeton, getting there and making the play to force GW to punt. Now Princeton gets it back, depending on how they do on this return. Definitely still time to make something happen here before halftime.
Sam Nelson out to punt for the Patriots. And the play is blown dead. Princeton calling a timeout here with 2:04 to go in this first half. We'll keep you right here. Take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for our broadcast tonight. Don't forget, Kroger will have our player of the game coming up later on this evening.
Providing the highest quality in obstetrics care. Delivering more all in one place with locations in Charleston and Beckley. Dr. David Peck.
Don't forget, you can also read all about tonight's contest between GW and Princeton later on this evening on WVGazetteMail.com. Rick Ryan will have a full recap of tonight's action here in this first-round playoff matchup. Second first-round meeting between these two teams, and there's 16 matchups all time. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our Nitro Broadcast Network crew, happy to have you along with us this evening from our Frontier Communications broadcast booth. Crew with us this evening, Dr. Oliver, our producer-director, and our camera operators this evening, Lane Smith, Audrey Moles, doing a fantastic job for us. Appreciate them as always. So 4th down here on the way for GW. Again, Sam Nelson out to punt it away for the Patriots. On 4th and 22. Slow snap back to Nelson, but a good kick. It'll have a nice bounce, too, down inside the 20 to the 15, 10. Man, what a bounce from Sam Nelson. It's going to get down all the way at the 1. Check that at the 2. But, man, what a punt from Sam Nelson.
I mean, you can't make it much harder for the opposing offense. Just great job there of getting that perfect type of bounce, especially since it came pretty close to getting a block. So great job doing it with a man in his face and execute about as well as the punter can.
Yeah, best case scenario for the Patriots there. They totally flip field position, giving it back to Princeton, and now they'll have to go 98 yards to get into the end zone with 1:50 to go here until halftime. Cochran lines up in his own end zone with Rice to his right. Handoff goes to him. He goes off the left side and quickly met by the Patriot defense after a short gain. Gunnar Flores and Hayden Hatfield making Hunter Giacomo making the stop for the Patriot defense.
That's a 3-yard gain for Princeton. Will bring up 2nd down and 7 to go.
So what a punt from Sam Nelson.
Especially because they're his first whole game. No warm-up or anything. Well, presumably warmed up, but you know what I mean.
Well, Tiger offense, 2nd and a long 7 on the way. Cochran standing on his own goal line this time for the snap. Cleanly back to him, hands off to Rice, and Rice is quickly wrapped up by Laith Ganem around the waist as he'll get up to the 10-yard line. And I believe we've got an injury now for the Tigers. Yeah, there is a player down for Princeton. They're calling in the training staff over from the far side of the field. So while they see to him, we'll step aside for a quick break. You're watching high school football playoff action here between on the Hill on our high school game day. Par Mar Stores Game of the Week. We're back with more right after this.
You peace of mind with our comprehensive 15-point system service. The Mullen Heating System Service and Safety Inspection will ensure you aren't left in the cold this winter. Remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call and schedule your tune-up today or visit us online at mullenplumbing.com.
Ball Toyota is here for you. Gas prices got you down? Toyota has a hybrid for everyone, like the 53 MPG Corolla or Camry, the 58 MPG Prius, the 41 MPG RAV4, the 40 MPG Venza, and the 36 MPG Highlander. Need more room or want to haul a trailer or boat? Get the new 22 MPG Tundra Hybrid. Give your new Toyota the protection it deserves with a genuine Toyota service contract. Visit balltoyota.com. Ball Toyota of Charleston. It's a whole new ball game.
I've said it for years. I try to make an impact by taking an impact. And right now, I'm basically worthless. But Kia is so safe, every day I walk in there, I walk out without a scratch. I mean, it's not like I'm not being put to good use. Not where I'm at Kia, it's just the opposite of dangerous. It's just really safe. And they keep cranking out safer vehicles every year, so I have no future here.
Right now at Dutch Miller Kia, get a 2023 Sportage starting at just $269 a month.
Rocky Knob Farm from Pritchard, West Virginia wants to say good luck to all the Wayne County teams this football season. We support our teams as they support us throughout our harvest season. Jason, Tabitha, and Tanner say go Wolves, go Rebels, go Pioneers. And remember, if it ain't Rocky Knob, it ain't corn on the cob. Cerrito Farmers Market.
Anthony Larkin, the injured man for the Tigers, over on the sideline now, and Princeton back ready to go here on 3rd and short. And we got a flag in over from the far side of the field. I believe they're going to get the Tigers for a false start.
Not sure. I don't know if Laith Ganem jumped off himself or. Yep, they're going to.
Oh, no, yeah, they're going to get it. A free first down for the Tigers. Well, now there's a little further discussion.
I guess they're going to say that Ganem was not drawn off sides there, so free 5 yards there for Princeton, but they need a whole lot more and not too much time to be able to score.
Well, still waiting on the official to give the ruling.
Dead ball. Encroachment.
And it is an encroachment. Okay, yeah, that was the longest discussion about an encroachment call I've probably ever seen.
First down.
It looked pretty clear. I mean, he even acted like he knew what he did as soon as he jumped back.
Okay, so that's what they're discussing. With the penalty under 2 minutes, the clock gets started on the snap, not on his whistle. So that's the discussion there. Good than getting the rules right there. Less than a minute to go here, first half.
Ganem almost jumped off there again.
Patriots lead by a touchdown. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Handoff goes to Rice. Rice is ripped to the ground by the Patriots Isaiah Ayers. And a timeout granted to Princeton. And we'll keep you right here. Coming up at the half, we'll have a quick look at some scores from around the state here in this first round of the high school football playoffs. And then we'll take a break and we'll get you ready for the second half. And we've got a pretty good one. A Patriot early start got GW on top 14-0, but Princeton has fought back to make this a 21-14 game after it looked like GW was going to make it 21-0 really quickly after forcing a fumble on the ensuing kickoff after scoring their second touchdown in that first quarter. But the Tiger defense held, got a fourth down stop, and then has put 2 touchdowns on the board since then, allowing just 1 for GW.
Princeton did a fantastic job of weathering that early storm and getting past their own mistakes and some good plays from GW to settle in and make this a very even affair pretty much from about the late stage of the first quarter on.
Well, this is a position that GW's been in twice that we've seen already this year. First 2 games of the year against Campbell Midland and against Ashland Paul Blazer. GW jumped out 14-0 in both of those games and then had to hold on in a slugfest, a 7-point win in both of those. In the defensive bout, 28-21 opening win against Campbell Midland, 21-14 win against Ashland Paul Blazer the next week. Cochran gets it on a screen out to the near side, and Cochran with that speed, showing how dangerous he can be up across the 35. Collins. Cochran with the pass to Collins will give the Tigers a first down at the 38. Ball spotted, clock starts to roll. Cochran in the shotgun, takes the snap, throws back to Collins again on another screen. Collins across the middle, has the blocks in front of him. He's across midfield, and he's got a foot race to the end zone. Sack trying to catch him before he can get to the goal line, and he can't. Touchdown, Tigers. With 23 seconds left in the first half, Dominic Collins races to the end zone. A 62-yard score for the Tigers.
That's why we kept saying he's the guy that you need to try to get the ball to. He's a great playmaker. He does a great job out in open space, and once it's a foot race, GW just could not catch up with him. Great job by Princeton here. We were just talking about how they got down so early. Now looks like we're going to head to halftime, possibly tied up.
21-20, extra point on the way from Casey Gesso. Kick is up, and it is good. We're tied again. 21 all our score now with 23 seconds to go. We'll keep you right here, though, before we head to the half. And, well, yeah, I mean, that's a huge momentum swing for the Tigers because it looked like GW could potentially have scored there, had to punt, got a great punt, but then Tigers go and score 98-yard touchdown drive there on that 62-yard pass from Cochran to Collins. We're tied up, and instead of GW potentially with a chance to make it a 2-score lead after the opening drive, if they could score a touchdown, GW looking at going tied into the locker rooms.
And GW's doesn't pass the eye test as well right now, just as far as how they're carrying themselves. Look, they've been, what is the 21-7 now run by Princeton, and this offense really coming to life now.
And this is a battle-tested Tigers team. Princeton had played 3 of the top 6 teams in Class AAA this season and had come away with 1 victory in those 3 matchups, falling to Hurricane and Parkersburg South. Park South just last week, but a close matchup there, falling 49-41. That win against number 6 Bridgeport coming in the middle of October, a 34-29 win. Solid win on the road for this Tiger team. So this is, again, a Princeton team that not only has played against some tough competition, but has gone on the road and beat a top 6 team already this year. Would love to get one here in the first round of the playoffs and pick up first playoff win for head coach Chris Pettigo at Princeton. Valentine on the return for the Patriots on the ensuing kickoff. Stopped at the 25, and that Princeton sideline starting to make some noise for the first time tonight. Coming to life over there in the cold, rainy conditions. Patriots will run 1, maybe 2 plays here before the end of the half.
I might just go ahead and kneel it out.
Yeah, that's why 1 or 2 plays, depending on how they decide to attack here. They do have a timeout left in their pocket as well that they could use, but it looks like the Patriots are going to line up in a kneeling formation here and just go into the locker room with a 21-all score. Yep, Fenwick takes the snap and takes the knee, and that'll be the final play of the first half. Man, it's been a great one here on the Hill tonight. First-round playoff matchup between number 5 GW and number 12 Princeton. We head to the half tied 21-all in this first-round matchup. It's playoffs, baby, here in West Virginia. We're back with the halftime show after this here on our High School Game Day Par-Mar Stores Game of the Week.
Freedom from surprise fees with Asterisk free checking. True story. Welcome to Huntington.
In Kanawha County classrooms, students of all ages and abilities have access to cutting-edge technologies and ideas. Here, students are supported by a community of teachers, coaches, parents, and administrators with the tradition of ensuring that each child has an equal opportunity to thrive. Where the answer to every what if is we're ready. We're ready to dream bigger, to climb higher. We're ready. Kanawha County Schools, ready for the world.
At Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, we're the #1 Jeep dealer in the entire state of West Virginia for one reason. Friends and family pricing for everyone.
For a limited time, during Jeep Adventure Days, lease a Compass Latitude 4x4 or Renegade Latitude 4x4 for just $299 a month.
What started as the Par-Mar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Par-Mar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Par-Mar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Par-Mar store near you now, you will soon. Par-Mar convenience stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
In Kanawha County classrooms, students of all ages and abilities have access to cutting-edge technologies and ideas. Here, students are supported by a community of teachers, coaches, parents, and administrators with the tradition of ensuring that each child has an equal opportunity to thrive. Where the answer to every what if is we're ready. We're ready to dream bigger, to climb higher. We're ready. Kanawha County Schools, ready for the world.
At Dutch Miller Chevrolet, it's Truck Month with a fresh order of brand new Silverados hitting the lot with true invoice pricing. And to top it off, how about no payments until next year? Text or chat now and even get pre-approved at DutchMillerChevy.com.
I'm attorney Bobby Warner. Congress recently created a fund to compensate victims of Camp Lejeune who were exposed to toxic waters between 1953 and 1987. If you or a loved one were diagnosed with cancer or other health issues related to toxic water exposure at Camp Lejeune, call today for a free case evaluation.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
Winter is coming. It's time to remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. With cooler days ahead, now is the time to call Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling and schedule your heating system tune-up. Our experienced technicians will provide you peace of mind with our comprehensive 15-point system service. The Mullen Heating System Service and Safety Inspection will ensure you aren't left in the cold this winter. Remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call and schedule your tune-up today or visit us online at mullenplumbing.com.
What started as the Par-Mar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Par-Mar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Par-Mar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Par-Mar store near you now, you will soon. Par-Mar convenience stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
This event brought to you by Cipriani and Warner, attorney at law. Structural Systems, Inc., your fabrication specialists. And Mullins Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling.
We know who we are, where we have been, and where we are going. Healthcare is ever-changing, and we are evolving to meet the future needs of our community. Thomas Health is honored to announce our affiliation with the WVU Health System. WVU Health System and its network of hospitals and physicians across West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania will allow Thomas Health to elevate and expand the current services we offer to this region. With broader access to specialists and subspecialists and the full support of the preeminent health system in our state, we look forward to being your first choice for medical care. Together, proudly serving our community and the state of West Virginia, today and tomorrow.
Make sure you are informed. With HD Media, we are leading the state in local, digital, and print media. We are storytellers. We focus on education, health, entertainment, politics, opinions, sports, and the outdoors. Through our websites, print, or social and mobile apps. We work every day to enhance the lives of our customers by informing, entertaining, and empowering our readers in the communities we serve. We are HD Media.
Back here on the hill where the Patriots lead the Tigers at the half, or excuse me, it's tied at the half as the Tigers got a score there just before halftime to make it 21-all. Dominic Collins making a big impact there in the final moments of the first half. His second grab, I believe, third grab, Will, there with the 62-yard touchdown catch.
The third, yeah.
Yeah, had been relatively uninvolved there until late in the second quarter, but gets that score to make it 21-all. Here in this one, in this 5-12 matchup. Some other scores from around Class AAA. The matchup for whoever wins this one in the next round. Number 4, Hurricane taking out number 13, University. Hurricane leads at the half, 35-6.
Sounds about right.
In the in Huntington up on Highlander Mountaintop, Huntington leads Woodrow Wilson 35-0 at the half. Number 3, Martinsburg, and number 14, Morgantown. A close one there between the Bulldogs and the Mohegans. 14-7 your halftime score. In our score, 21-all at the half. And then one final already in Class AAA. This one got moved up to yesterday due to the rain here in the state today and throughout all day on Veterans Day. A 28-23 win for Musselman at home against Wheeling Park. So Musselman awaits the winner of Parkersburg South and Hedgesville in that number 1-16 matchup that's scheduled for tomorrow. And 2 other games scheduled for tomorrow as well. Cabell Midland and Luke Salmons opting to play on Saturday at Bridgeport in the 11-6 matchup. And Jefferson picking Saturday to come down to Spring Valley in the 10-7 matchup. And look at AA here momentarily as, again, we have East Fairmont and Scott as well as University and Hurricane on our high school game day broadcasts this evening outside of our game here tonight. So in that East Fairmont-Scott game, it is East Fairmont leading at the half at Scott in the 13-4 matchup. Scott trailing by 3 at the half, 24-21. East Fairmont, the reigning Class AA champions after winning as the 16 seed last year. They come into it as the 13 seed this year in a 3-point lead for East Fairmont at Scott, 24-21. And then elsewhere in Class AA, Bluefield trails Independence in the 2-15 matchup. Independence, the 2 seed there, undefeated 9-0, leading 14-0 at the half. Logan, number 16, taking on number 1 Winfield. Winfield with 9 wins in a row after losing the opener to Hurricane. Generals, number 1 in Class AA. That game is set for Saturday. And also on Saturday, number 3 Roane County takes on number 14 Weir. 5-12 matchup in Class AA. Frankfort leads 14-0 over Nicholas County. North Marion, number 6 in Class AA, leads number 11 Lincoln 21-0 at the half. Fairmont Senior in the 7-10 matchup with a 28-7 lead over Chapmanville. A final from yesterday in Class AA. Herbert Hoover, after losing their first 2 games of the season, rattled off 7 in a row to finish 7-2 in the regular season. A big road win for them in the playoffs to win 63-26. So Hoover will face the winner of Logan Winfield. That game again tomorrow. In Class Single A, 1 game already final there in the 10-7 matchup. It's East Hardy with the upset on the road against Tucker County, 34-6, your final score yesterday. Some scores from today in the 8-9 matchup. Greenbrier West at home leading South Harrison 20-0 at the half. Doddridge County on the road against number 6 Van, undefeated Van, 10-0, but trailing 27-0 at the half against Doddridge County. Cameron and Tyler consolidated at the half right now. Number 3 Cameron leading 8-0. And then the rest of the games are set to be played on Saturday. James Monroe, the number 1 team in Class Single A, will be home against Petersburg. Number 2 Williamstown against number 15 Clay Battelle. Number 4 Wahama and number 13 St. Mary's. That game at 7:30 tomorrow. And then Man traveling to Wheeling Central. Game at Wheeling Island Stadium. 4 o'clock. Use your kickoff in that one. And can we mention our score here at the half between the Patriots and the Tigers? It is 22-21 all our score. We'll step aside for a quick break, and then on the other side of that break, we'll bring you back here and get you ready for the second half of action between GW and Princeton. Will Vance will be back, and he'll have a look at some stats from this first half between GW and Princeton. That's back after this here on our High School Game Day Parmar Stores Game of the Week Playoff Edition.
I'm attorney Bobby Warner. Congress recently created a fund to compensate victims of Camp Lejeune who were exposed to toxic waters between 1953 and 1987. If you or a loved one were diagnosed with cancer or other health issues related to toxic water exposure at Camp Lejeune, call today for a free case evaluation.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
Winter is coming. It's time to remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. With cooler days ahead, now is the time to call Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling and schedule your heating system tune-up. Our experienced technicians will provide you peace of mind with our comprehensive 15-point system service. The Mullen Heating System Service and Safety Inspection will ensure you aren't left in the cold this winter. Remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call and schedule your tune-up today or visit us online at mullenplumbing.com.
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
This event brought to you by Cipriani and Warner, attorney at law. Structural Systems, Inc., your fabrication specialists. And Mullins Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling.
We know who we are, where we have been, and where we are going. Healthcare is ever-changing, and we are evolving to meet the future needs of our community. Thomas Health is honored to announce our affiliation with the WVU Health System. WVU Health System and its network of hospitals and physicians across West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania will allow Thomas Health to elevate and expand the current services we offer to this region. With broader access to specialists and subspecialists and the full support of the preeminent health system in our state, we look forward to being your first choice for medical care. Together, proudly serving our community and the state of West Virginia, today and tomorrow.
Make sure you are informed. With HD Media, we are leading the state in local, digital, and print media. We are storytellers. We focus on education, health, entertainment, politics, opinions, sports, and the outdoors. Through our websites, print, or social and mobile apps. We work every day to enhance the lives of our customers by informing, entertaining, and empowering our readers in the communities we serve. We are HD Media.
Insurance.
Back here on the hill, 21 all our score here at the half between GW and Princeton. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, and our Nitro Broadcast Network crew. Happy to have you with us this evening here from the Frontier Communications broadcast booth on our high school game day, Parmar Stores Game of the Week. And again, it's been a great one so far in this first half with our score tied 21 all. And Will Vance has got some stats from this first half of action for both sides. And we'll start with the visitors, number 12, Princeton.
Yeah, Princeton very efficient so far. Cochran, 9 of 9 completions. 9 of 9 passing so far. Really leading on the run game early in that first quarter, but then started getting pass game going as they went. 160 yards, 2 touchdowns. His main target, Collins, for the season, Collins, again, really didn't get going until that second quarter. 3 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown. Looking at the stats coming into the game, thinking, notice it, Collins scores once every 3 times he receives a catch, and that's holding up so far. Moser also providing a good second punch on that receiving unit. 4 catches for 62 yards and a touchdown. And then Brady Rice really doing a great job in kind of an elevated role, especially in that first quarter. 16 carries so far for 78 yards and a touchdown there. So really efficient offense there for Princeton. Really good job by them overall of overcoming that rough start. A lot of those early mistakes were self-inflicted, so a little bit easier to get past and really reestablish themselves. Looked like they had a lot of momentum going into the half. And for George Washington, pretty similar stats there from as for Abe Fenwick as to Cochran. 10 of 15 completion for 116 yards, 160 yards, excuse me, 2 touchdowns. Keegan Sack, as usual, his favorite target, 5 catches for 81 yards and a touchdown. Valentine also with 3 catches for 35 yards and another 28 on the ground and a score. So both teams really kind of spreading for their playmakers, right around 160 yards rushing or passing for both, and so pretty evenly matched up coming into this second half, and accordingly so, it's a tied score.
And it looked like, again, the Patriots were going to run away with this one early. Went up 14-0. Then after the second score there in the first quarter, forced a fumble on the ensuing kickoff. Had a short field to go. Couldn't cash in, though. And then Princeton's defense stepped up the rest of that first half, allowed just one more score from GW's offense. And then the Tigers' offense put up 21 points of their own while allowing just that one touchdown. As we mentioned, a much better second quarter for Princeton than it was for the Patriots.
And this first drive of the first half, or second half here for JB is going to be huge. I mean, with all the momentum Princeton had, their offense was really clicking. Going into the halftime break, scoring right before the break. Really good body language from Princeton going into the half, not so great from GW. Let's see if they're able to pick it back up and keep that offense going like it was earlier in the game.
Wind starting to pick up a little bit here on the hill. But the rain has subsided for, not coming down quite as hard. You can see it now once I drop below the window line. You can see it moving in the lights at a pretty good
Look at the camera, the view you all have at home. It looks a little worse than it really is.
Yeah, it's just a steady rain, but yeah, very
rain.
Misty kind of rain.
Doesn't quite look like the monsoon.
It's been kind of that way really, again, all day long. Started raining late last night and feeling the effects of that tropical storm turned hurricane down in the Florida coast. As it looks like they're going to put some more time back on the clock before they start the second half. Official is calling for, it looks like, 3 more minutes to be put back up there. There's 30 there right now. They'll get that corrected here in just a moment. But
by the time they get sorted out, it might have passed that 3 minutes anyway.
But again, a good first half of action here between GW and Princeton. This first round playoff matchup, number 5 versus number 12. And both of these teams have played some really tough competition this season. We mentioned Princeton has played 3 teams in the top 6 in the regular season for tonight's matchup, losing to Hurricane and Parkersburg South, who finished number 3 and number 1 respectively, knocking off Bridgeport, who was number 5 when they beat them at the time. Bridgeport fell to number 6 in the final standings a couple of weeks after that loss. George Washington starting off the year with the win against Cabell Midland, who made the playoffs, then taking on Ashland Paul Blazer, second win of the season there in week number 2, 21-14 win before falling in really big way to Hurricane and Huntington. And a 6-game winning streak for the Patriots since then. GW playing in Hurricane and Huntington. Hurricane, the number 4 seed in Class AAA. And Huntington finishing as the number 2 seed. And then meanwhile, Spring Valley, the 1 win GW has against a playoff top 8 team this year. That Spring Valley game coming back on October 21st. On the road in the Wolves' Den. GW with a total of 4 playoff teams on their roster this year, in addition to 5 playoff teams on their schedule this year. Cabell Midland, Hurricane, Huntington, Spring Valley, and Woodrow Wilson, who just barely made it.
Off the top of my head, I don't know, but maybe Ashland might be a playoff team in Kentucky too.
Yeah, I'm sure that the Paul Blazer Tomcats, usually one of the top teams in AAA in Kentucky with their 6 divisions. annually competing there in their district, region, and in the state level. Both them and Belfry have been really good opponents out of that part of Kentucky for teams in the MSAC. GW playing Ashland. You've seen, I believe you've seen Johnson Central play the likes of Capital and play South Charleston. Had Belfry play against Cabell Midland. Johnson Central also may have played Huntington one time. A lot of good teams there in the tri-state area in Kentucky. And that's one thing that we talked with Coach Steve Edwards about earlier this year, too, about that Ashland-Paul Blazer game, is it's become a really good game for the fans. It's become a competitive game for them, and he gets to take the guys a little more than an hour away to go out of state and play a game that doesn't get to happen very often. Nice experience for the team.
So the only real drawback is that it doesn't help you as far as the ranking system
in terms
West
of
Virginia
point
goes,
system, yeah.
But generally, one's not going to upset your entire formula for the season. So it's always fun for these teams in the NSAC to get one of those games in every year or so.
Well, and you look at it from a AA perspective, look at East Fairmont. East Fairmont's been so good over the last 6, 7, 8 years that teams just don't want to play them anymore. So they've had to go from playing a bunch of AA schools to playing almost half of their games against AAA competition just to field a 10-game schedule.
And that's how they roll in the playoffs as a
battle-tested
very low
team,
seed that can knock off, like we said 2 years ago, they won
just last year,
seed. 1 year ago, excuse me.
Just last year, the 16 seed knocked off Herbert Hoover in the first round of the 16-1 matchup. First ever 16 seed to win the state championship last year for them in Class AA. Excuse me, Fairmont Senior won that last year, not East Fairmont. Mind slipping there. As Keegan Sack with a nice return here to start the second half, still on his feet, just shy of the 40-yard line.
So big drive here for the Patriots after offense really started to sputter there at the end of the first half.
How do the Patriots respond here to start half number 2?
Where it will be an Astor first down.
Took nearly 8 minutes of game time for the Patriots to score there after the second one. Came about midway through the second quarter when they put their third touchdown on the board. Sack goes in motion. Fenwick fires out to the near side. A long throw for him to make. Hatfield is able to make that grab, but gets maybe a yard up to the 40. And they will give him one.
Brought down by number 5.
And that's an awfully long throw for Abe Fenwick to make. I mean, he's a left-handed quarterback, so he's already having to throw back across the field, across his body.
And that was by design, so maybe they just want to attack that particular part of the field, regardless of which hash they are on, but definitely kind of had impact on that one.
So 2nd and a long 9. Handoff goes to Sack. Sack with a nice run up across the 45, still on his feet trying to pull that defender with him, and he'll be brought down a yard shy of the first down.
Tackled by number 26, Profit for Princeton.
Profit holding on for dear life around the ankles.
1 yard to go
And
for GW.
again, with that little bit of a late hit, it was clean, no foul, but Princeton definitely wanted one.
3rd and less than 1 for the Patriots here on the opening series of the second half. Game tied 21-all. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Sack in the backfield. Ball's on the turf on a low snap. Fenwick able to get to it. Rolls, throws, and it's caught. Hunter Giacomo comes back to it, and wow, now they're going to say it's incomplete.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at it on our Parmar Stores instant replay. But, I mean, what a tremendous effort by Fenwick to go back and get that football and make a catchable throw that just was unfortunately unable to be held onto by Hunter Giacomo.
I don't know. They say it's incomplete, so.
Well, now the Patriot offense going to stay out there and go for it here on this 4th and inches. Bringing in a heavier set here. Clay Matthews, Peyton Coulter in the backfield now in this full house formation. Keegan Sack, the back behind Fenwick in the shotgun. Pistol snap, handed off to Sack, and Sack stopped in the backfield for a loss. A good 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and that's a turnover on downs for the Patriot offense. Not how you want to start the second half, especially in a tie ball game. Momentum seems to have swung to the Tigers here early on in half number 2.
And it started with some real promise. If that catch near the 40 had actually been a catch, would have been a completely different story. From our angle, it's hard to tell. It might have gotten pinned against the ground. I think the ref on the far side made that call, so hopefully you had a better look at it. From the Patriots sideline and from where we are, it certainly looked like a good catch, but doesn't matter now. Princeton here with a chance to take the lead.
Rain continuing to fall here in Charleston. Rice takes the handoff, and he's tripped up right around the line of scrimmage, as it looks like it was Clay Mahia. Well, it may have been Peyton Coulter who made that stop there off the outside. And he will be stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play, 2nd and 10.
So now this rating, again, like it more was in the first quarter, we saw Princeton kind of run more in that first quarter, but their offense wasn't effective. Let's see if they can still keep their passing game going as the rain picks back up.
2nd and 10, play action pass, throw over to the near side. That's caught by Moser. He'll run back over to the far side of the field, trying to change directions, and he'll be still on his feet. Thought he was forced out of bounds, but stayed on his feet and inbounds, danced along the sideline, and was forced out at the 27 of GW.
Out of bounds by number 5, Keegan Sack.
1st and 10 for the Tigers there after a fancy play.
Big 19 yards there. Cochran still hasn't thrown an incompletion.
Down to the 27. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. 2 to each side of the formation. Handoff goes to Rice off the right side. Rice, downhill running, is still on his feet and brought down near the 20.
Rice, the ball carrier on the play, tackled by.
Again, Rice, not the biggest back. 5'7", 200-pound senior, but, man, does he run hard. And he's got his number called many times so far in this contest with just over 9 minutes to go in the third quarter.
I've been impressed with him and Moser. For that freshman out there so far, 5 catches for 81 yards and that 1 long touchdown.
Moser came in motion, trying to throw a pass over the middle, and it's caught! Touchdown, Carter Meacham. Meacham blew past the defender and got the touchdown pass. Tigers will take their first lead of the game, 27 to 21.
Again, attacking the seam like GW did late in the first half. Great job there, and like you said, the momentum has definitely swung to the visiting team.
Officials timeout here before the PAT try from Casey
Injury there in
Gesso.
the back of the end zone. That Hunter Giacomo needs a second.
And Giacomo slow getting up. They are calling for the training staff, I thought, but now the training staff starts making their way out there. So 8:49 to go here in the third quarter. A nice touchdown pass there from Grant Cochran to put the Tigers on top for the first time tonight, 27 to 21. Princeton trying to take this one on the road as they're still seeing to Hunter Giacomo over there. While they're seeing to him, let's take a quick break and come back with more of our high school game day Parmar Stores game of the week. Well, right as I say that, he starts getting up and they're making his way off the field. So we'll keep you right here instead, actually. We'll step aside for a break after the PAT try, though, from Gesso. Positive thing is that Giacomo is walking off the field under his own power, a little slow, but great to see him able to walk under his own strength and not have to be assisted off over to the sideline.
It looked like he may have just got the wind knocked out or something along those lines, but looks to be all right. Let's see if he comes back into the game.
Kick is up, and it is good. 28-21. Princeton with the lead for the first time tonight. Tigers riding a 28-7 scoring run here in this one. Take their first lead of the game with 8:49 to go, here in this third quarter. We're back with more right after this here in our high school game day Parmar Stores Game of the Week.
At Dutch Miller Hyundai in Huntington, we've got more than 50 brand new Hyundais set to hit the lot, including Appalachia's best selection of hybrids. Plus, how about no payments until next year? Text or chat now and even get pre-approved at DutchMillerHyundai.com.
Back here on the hill, Tigers take the lead for the first time tonight, 28-21 on the road against George Washington in this 12-5 matchup. First round of the West Virginia High School Football Playoffs. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, happy to have you with us here this evening from our Frontier Communications broadcast booth with our Nitro Broadcast Network crew. Lane Smith, Andre Moles running camera for us, Dr. Oliver on as our producer-director. Valentine will pick it up from the 19-yard line and come back to the near side of the field. Has a good block, breaks out of one tackle, still on his feet across the 30, and finally brought down by the Tigers' Michael DiGiacomo.
32-yard line. And that's where the Patriots will begin.
So GW will start first and 10 from their own 33. Hope for a better result here than their first drive of the second half that ended in a turnover on downs. Patriots going to line up with a full house backfield as Gunnar Flora is going to run off late here. Had one too many men on the field. Now the Patriots going to shift out of that full house and go with a 4 set over there. A toss out to Sack to get him out in space. And Sack is going to be brought down around the 40. 5-6 yard gain there depending on where they spot him down. And they will mark him at the 40, so give him 6. Nice design play there from the Patriots. First time we've seen something like that all year in the games we've done. Line up in that full house and then shift out and give Sack some space to get out there. Trips to the near side. Hatfield, Valentine, Flores from bottom to top. Now Valentine and Sack in motion. Double barrel shotgun for Fenwick now. Handoff goes to Sack to the near side. Breaks out of a tackle in the backfield. Trying to cut back. And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Tigers defense does a great job of holding him in. Michael DiGiacomo on the stop. Junior Bandit linebacker.
All of a sudden you got a pretty big third down right here. I mean, it's not to the point where it's 4 down territory at all. I mean, there's still good chunk of this game left, but
the Patriots did go for it.
I don't know if they do it again, but they may. It's I'm sure they'd much rather just knock it out of here. Only 4 yards to go.
5 wide set for GW here. Trips to the top of the formation. That's the wide side. Fenwick takes a snap, has some time, throws to the near side. That's caught by Hatfield, has the first down. Great job of getting just past the first down marker, planting himself there along the sideline, making the catch, and then getting upfield to pick up a couple extra yards. Up to the 48. Patriots move the chains and keep the offense out on the field. GW trying to tie it back up at 28 after giving up the lead for the first time tonight on the Tigers' opening possession of the second half. First and 10 from the 48 as Fenwick looks over to the sideline for the play call. Same formation for GW. Trips to the top of the formation now, though, as they flip it. Fenwick drops back to throw. Looking, surveying the field, stepping up in the pocket, and he's going to climb. Across midfield, down inside the 40. Nice run there by Abe Fenwick, the junior, as it's finally going to be Brian Rode who stops him. I'll mark him down at the 38. A nice run there for Abe Fenwick. And sees nobody's open in our Parmar Stores instant replay, climbs that pocket, and then has a nice run to pick up the first down.
Nice little move there to turn it into a much longer run.
Again,
14 yards there.
We said that he's not maybe the most fleet of foot, but he's definitely not afraid to take off and run if he has to. Same formation, 1st and 10 for the Patriots now as Valentine will shift into the backfield. Let's make it trips to the top. Handoff goes to Valentine. Valentine off the right side will pick up a couple. Short gain down to near the 35. Will give him 2 to the 36, so 2nd and 8 on the way.
Now, the rushing game has not been kind of the Patriots so far in this one. Valentine, 5 carries for 30 yards, not that bad actually. Had some good runs there on the Patriots' opening drive, but sack, 6 carries for 9 yards. Fenwick had 19 so far, just not necessarily the running game they're hoping that for, given the number of carries they've had.
But it's at least keeping the Princeton Tigers defense honest, as much as GW loves to throw the balls. Fenwick drops back to throw again. Nice comeback or curl route on the near side by Hayden Hatfield as we'll pick up a handful there, just shy of the 30. Spot him at the 32. Bring up 3rd and 4 after a 4-yard pickup.
Third down and 4 to go.
Another 3rd down for GW here. Converted their last 3rd and 4 earlier in the drive. 5 wide now, set up the trips. Valentine just off the right of Fenwick in the shotgun. Play clock down to 9. Snap comes back to Fenwick. Handoff goes to Valentine, and Valentine a short gain there. Down to the 30, pickup of 2. Needed 4, though, for a first down. So 4th and 2 on the way. What do the Patriots draw up here? Because at this point, you're kind of in no man's land.
Yeah, you might as well go for it here. It's a lot different than when they were back near their own 40.
On Jordan Price, no offense to him, the sophomore, not necessarily the same kicker as Ryland Moorhead, who has been out for the season since earlier this year. 4th and 2, sack in motion. Fenwick drops back to throw, throws to the near side. That's caught by Sack at the 15. He's got the first down for the Patriots.
Fenwick's pass complete to Keegan Sack.
When
They
you
just
need
look
the
for
big
their top
play,
playmaker
yeah.
when they really needed it.
And we see another look at it here. Again, doing a great job bringing him in motion, seeing that the Tigers are in a zone. Nobody shifted with him, and then Sack just sits right down in it. Picks up the first down.
Fenwick doing a good job of settling down here a little bit when they really needed to complete his last 3 passes. None of them were particularly long, but he only got 1 of 4 prior to that. So kind of settling down here, hitting some high percentage completions.
1st and 10 from the 24 for the Patriots. Handoff goes to Valentine off the left side. Valentine with a decent rundown inside the 20, close to the 15-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down on the way for the Patriots inside the red zone. And GW trying to tie it up here in the 3rd quarter after giving up the lead for the first time tonight with 8:49 in this 3rd quarter. Now over 5 minutes later, the Patriots are in the red zone after getting the football back. It's been one of the longer drives we've seen tonight from either side. Patriots working down the field. Fenwick takes a shotgun snap, play action to Valentine, throw it in the end zone, caught by Hayden Hatfield, touchdown Patriots. From the 16-yard line, the Patriots an extra point away from tying it up as we take another look at it on our Parmar Stores instant replay. Perfect timing from Fenwick, great blocking up front, and a strike to the end zone there, and what was nearly triple coverage.
Yeah, 4th straight completion for Fenwick on that drive, including that 16-yard touchdown, up to 199 yards on the game so far.
Kick is up, and it is good. Patriots tied up at 28 again here in this 3rd quarter. 3:05 to go in this 3rd quarter. We'll step aside for a quick break and be back with more right after this here on our High School Game Day Parmar Stores Game of the Week.
brings your score to GW 28, Princeton 28.
At Dutch Miller Hyundai in Huntington, we've got more than 50 brand new Hyundais set to hit the lot, including Appalachia's best selection of hybrids. Plus, how about no payments until next year? Text or chat now and even get pre-approved at DutchMillerHyundai.com.
So who do you think about PhD?
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar convenience stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Back here on the hill for this first round playoff matchup between George Washington, number 5 team in Class AAA, and number 12, Princeton. It's the Patriots 28, the Tigers 28. 3:05 left in quarter number 3. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our Nitro Broadcast Network crew here with you from the Frontier Communications broadcast booth on our High School Game Day Parmar Stores Game of the Week. It's been a great first round matchup so far. Kickoff fielded back at the 1 by Collins. Collins with a run up across the 15, cutting back to the near side. A flag's on the field. He's got some space in front of him. Up across the 30 to the 35, and Keegan Sack going to sling him out of bounds along the near sideline. Again, there is a flag down on the field all the way back at the 20-yard line on the far side of the field, as Keegan Sack made the stop there.
I was a little surprised there wasn't one on the near side, too, after Zach got a little, maybe a little aggressive, pushing him out of bounds. Nothing flew, so no harm done, I suppose, but it's going to back him up, though.
Yeah, this is either a hold on the Tigers or a block in the back, one of the two. Well, and there's also another flag over here at the 36.
There are 2 fouls on this play. We had a hold on the return team, a face mask on the kicking team. These were all set. We will re-kick.
So going to re-kick after all that because a hold and a face mask against each side. And those offset, so they will tee it up again.
I think both teams would be okay with that.
While they get ready to tee it up, we'll take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for our broadcast tonight. Again, Kroger will have our player of the game for you coming up late in the 4th quarter. You can also, remember, you can read about tonight's contest after you've listened to us talk about the game this evening. Rick Ryan will have a full recap with coaches' interviews later on this evening on the West Virginia Gazette Mail's website, wvgazettemail.com, or you can catch it tomorrow morning on newsstands. So I want to thank Frontier Communications for our broadcast booth this evening. Our Nitro Broadcast Network crew, Joe Oliver, and our 2 camera operators, Lane and Audrey, doing a great job for us this evening. Also make certain to thank West Virginia Coal Association, Martin Transport, Mullins Plumbing and Heating, and United Bank. Rain seems to have slowed a little bit, still coming down pretty steadily, but not very heavily.
Pretty misty at this point.
Just a drizzle more than anything. Jordan Price gets ready to boot this one away. And this one will take a bounce and go out of bounds.
So even after the good return was called back, still a pretty reasonable starting position there for Princeton.
So they will set Princeton up 1st and 10 now from their own.
It's a 35, right?
35-yard line, yep.
The penalty on the out-of-bounds kick moves the ball to the 35-yard line, where Princeton
they will spot it on the near side hash mark. So Princeton will send 2 receivers to the top of the formation. That's Carter Meacham and Nick Fleming. 2 to the near side. It is Collins who goes in motion. It'll be a quarterback draw. Cochran keeping it himself. picks up 5 and then a little extra after Keegan Sack comes up to make contact with him and drive him out of bounds. But Cochran does pick up 7 up to the 42. A nice run there, physical run by Grant Cochran on that fake screen, fake read option.
You're not necessarily a run quarterback, but when he definitely passed the eye test there, lowering the shoulder, trying to get an extra yard out of that. A lot of momentum, and not so much spirit there on the Princeton sideline, hanging right with the higher seed here on the road.
And this is a Princeton team that took on 3 top 6 teams in Class AAA this year. We're out to earning this 15 seed. And the Tigers throwing it away. Cochran just tossing it into the ground. And I believe they're going to say he was outside of the blocking area, and that's how he's avoiding an intentional grounding penalty. And you might hear a lot of fans complaining about that in the Patriots sideline looking for it. But they're saying as of right now, now they're going to say he wasn't outside of the blocking area, and it is going to be an intentional grounding.
That's not a high school rule. Outside.
Grounding on number 9 on the offense.
Well, they got the number wrong. It's Grant Cochran, number 8, but it'll be a loss of down and the penalty yardage.
That penalty will move the ball back to the Princeton 25-yard line, and the loss of down will result in a third down.
It's a 15-yard penalty.
It's a rough one for Princeton. I mean, before that, Cochran completed every pass he'd thrown. Now you're set way back with a 3rd and 20. The plays that, or the fouls that also give you the loss of down are the real killers, potentially at least. So this is a big play offense with a particularly big play here out of this very tight formation.
Yeah, bunch trips over the far side. Pitch to Collins on the far side of the field, and Collins is met in the backfield. Patriot defense gets to him. Peyton Coulter with the stop. And that's a loss of 4 back to the 21.
That's a loss of 4 yards. Moves the ball back to the Princeton 21-yard line.
It'll bring up 4th down, and the Tigers will have to punt it away. Michael DiGiacomo out to punt. That's something we've had a lot of in this game. Punts. It's either been scores or turnovers. A couple of 4th down turnovers on each side. Princeton with a couple of fumbles and now having to punt.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Yeah. Really good one. Goes well over the head of Valentine, and it'll bounce inside the 35 and be down at the 32, 33-yard line. Not quite as impressive as Sam Nelson's punt in the first half that Patriots pinned the Tigers back inside their 5, back to the 2, but then Princeton went 98 yards and scored before the end of the first half on that, too, though.
I'll say that one had
some wind.
Probably the best roll I've seen all season. That was just a pretty punt. So either way, GW reasonable field position here, still a tie game, and they were able to get a pretty good. I guess it was technically a 3 and out they just got. So
yeah, defense finally gets a stop there after allowing the Tigers to score 28 unanswered points, or 28 on a 28-7 run. Yeah. Fenwick keeps it himself. Looked like he may have been trying to hand it off, but some miscommunication there between him and Valentine led to him keeping it. And Fenwick, with a nice run, though, there, picks up 5 up to the, 5 up to the 38. Thought they'd spotted it at 39 for a second.
Bring up 2nd down and 4 to go for GW.
Second and 5 for the Patriot offense. 5 wide receiver set now. Make it trips to the top as Valentine moves into the backfield. It'll be a read option. Fenwick keeps it himself, and Fenwick has a first down.
That time, that was on purpose.
Yeah, Patriots.
The first one may have been a miscommunication, but that one was on purpose.
46-yard line.
Fenwick with some couple of nice runs there, back-to-back. 5-yard runs. Well, 6-yard run there anyway, but a first down for the Patriots.
Picked up 31 yards in his past 4 carries.
As we're nearing the end of the third quarter, that will be the final play It'll be a short flip of the field for the Patriots to head the other way when we start the fourth quarter. We've got ourselves a tie ball game. This game could shape out to be who has the football last and can score. We head to the fourth, 28 Princeton, 28 GW. We're back with fourth quarter playoff football action right after this here on your High School Game Day Par-Mar Stores Game of the Week.
In Kanawha County classrooms, students of all ages and abilities have access.
What started as the Par-Mar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Par-Mar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Par-Mar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Par-Mar store near you now, you will soon. Par-Mar convenience stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
In Kanawha County classrooms, students of all ages and abilities have access to cutting-edge technologies and ideas. Here, students are supported by a community of teachers, coaches, parents, and administrators with the tradition of ensuring that each child has an equal opportunity to thrive. Where the answer to every what if is we're ready. We're ready to dream bigger, to climb higher. We're ready. Kanawha County Schools, ready for the world.
Fourth quarter about to get underway here between number 5, George Washington, number 12, Princeton, in this first round high school football playoff matchup. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our media center, I'm so used to saying media center crew, not with us as even we're here with the Nitro Broadcast Network crew tonight from our Frontier Communications broadcast booth. Patriots back out on the field, start this fourth quarter offensively. First and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Snap comes back to Fenwick. Play action pass, throw, and it's nearly intercepted. Dominic Collins, the second time tonight. The Tigers defense has jumped on a route like that. And for the second time tonight, they are just seconds away from an interception as we take another look at it on our Par-Mar Stores instant replay.
There it is. Yeah, just he's hated himself for that one. That was Collins, their huge playmaker on offense, also great play on defense.
If he had made that interception, he would have had reservations for 6. There was nobody to stop him. He could have run all the way to John Adams Middle School at the end of Presidential Drive here, and nobody would have touched him. Second and 10 after the incompletion, near interception. Fenwick rolls to his right, throws back across the middle, and that is caught by Gunnar Flores. Flores about a yard shy of the 50. And that will bring up third down as the wind's starting to pick up a little bit again here.
We'll bring up third down and 7 to go.
3-yard pickup to the 49. Bring up third and 7 now for the Patriot offense. Fourth quarter, a little more than 30 seconds into it. Tie game, 28 apiece. These former Mountain State Athletic Conference foes. Fenwick drops back to throw, steps up in the pocket, throws to the near side, and left it just short. Keegan Sack tried to come back to it. That'll fall for an incompletion and bring up 4th and 7, and out will come the Patriot punt team. Sam Nelson, the sophomore, out to send it away to the Tigers.
So rough couple plays there for the Patriots. Have to give it right back to a team that's definitely a little bit hotter on offense.
Nelson will punt slightly into the wind. High punt, able to get it down. Gets a nice kick still, though. Takes a Patriot bounce and will die at the 20. So not a bad punt there from Nelson. Not as good as his first punt in the first half, but still at least helps flip that field and puts Nitro back first to Nitro. Geez, sorry, folks. Puts Princeton back 1st and 10 at their own 20. Now Princeton with the football here. First time in the fourth quarter with a chance to take back the lead after getting it for the first time on their last scoring drive. 28-21, they finally took the lead with Meacham hauling it in from 21 yards out. Handoff goes to Rice. Rice rumbles through a couple of arm tackles, and he'll get up across the 25. A nice gain there on 1st and 10 for the Tigers by Brody Rice.
Rice looks like he's been shy of a can on every single carry he has. 19 carries so far, 90 yards, getting close to that 100-yard mark. Should reach at the rate he's been going. Again, a guy who was their top rusher, but only 530-some yards on the season, so a little over 60 a game average. So definitely, like we said, came into this game. A big part of the game plan has really stepped up.
2nd and short for the Tigers here. Handoff goes to Rice, and Rice will have a short gain this time. Patriots bringing the blitz. Giacomo on the stop for the Patriot defense. 1 yard pickup there will make it 3rd and 2.
And that will make it 3rd down and 3 for Princeton.
Big down here for the Patriots.
3rd and a short 2. It's a long one, again, however you want to cut it. Trips to the top of the formation for the Tigers. Patriot defense showing blitz. Now going to back off for a moment. Cochran checking the play at the line. 3rd down snap on the way. Comes back, fake the handoff. Cochran keeps it himself. He's got a 1st down run there, but there is a flag that comes in the backfield.
I think maybe the Patriots jumped just a little early, but we'll have to see here.
And here's a replay of that.
No?
Maybe an
illegal shift.
I was going to say it had to have been an illegal shift, and that's what it was. I think they're going to get Brody Rice for jumping just a little too early to set up that block for his quarterback, Cochran.
Huge break here for the Patriots. Still another 3rd down. Still a chance for Princeton to get this one right, but a lucky break there to make it a much longer 3rd down than it was.
9 minutes, 23 seconds left here in regulation in a tie ball game. 28 apiece. Winner moves on to the next round of the West Virginia High School Football Playoffs for 2022.
In all likelihood, taking on Hurricane.
Princeton has lost in the 1st round each of the last 2 years. GW got bounced in the 2nd round last year. Cochran fires out over the far side. That is caught. Collins trying to turn up field, breaks out of a couple of tackles over on the far side, still on his feet across the 25, and finally driven out of bounds by the Patriot defense. But there's another flag on the field, a couple of them actually over on the far sideline as we take another look at it here.
Yeah,
probably we got a block in the back there pretty clearly on the screen.
Collins on the reception for Princeton.
So that'll negate that
look at
decent gain.
Collins, difficult guy tackling a phone booth. Great job there turning in avoiding a couple hits, but another foul here pushing Princeton back.
It shows why he's one of the top players in the state. Dominic Collins, one of the top wide receivers in all classes, not just in Class AAA. But in terms of statistics, stacks up against just about every receiver in the state. He's got one more.
He's not a huge guy by any means. A lot of it's great route running, great hands, great ability after he makes the catch, like we just saw there, even a play that didn't count. His
160.
His 62-yard touchdown was a long catch and run out into the flat. So just a fantastic athlete out there, not necessarily just someone who's just taller and pick off the ball.
So Patriots actually declined the block in the back because they stopped him short of the line of scrimmage, or the line to gain. So 4th and 2. Tigers punt it. Good punt there for Princeton. And it'll be down at the GW 32. So Patriot offense coming back out on the field for this next drive here in the 4th quarter. Less than 9 minutes to go in regulation.
So all things told, GW wins a little bit of the field position battle there. Still plenty of time, but like I said, last point the ball, who can score might only be one more touchdown left in this game. Just checking on how both these offenses have just kind of sputtered out here. Both teams also capable of big plays, so it's hard to count out that. But both offenses definitely kind of slowed down after really firing in the 2nd and 3rd quarters.
Fenwick drops back to throw. Pass is caught on a screen by Hayden Hatfield, and Hatfield will have just a short gain on that grab.
Might be a yard.
And maybe 2 depending on where they spot him.
Tackle made by Profit.
They're just going to give him 1 up to the 33. Fenwick had a hand in his face pretty quickly as he went to go throw that pass, though. So credit that Tigers defense for causing a little bit of havoc there. A little more than 8 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Fenwick in the shotgun, 2nd and 9 on the way. Fenwick rolls, steps up, and he's going to be wrapped up and sacked inside the 25. Coming up with the sack is Michael DiGiacomo. I believe that's his first sack of the season and comes at a great time for this Tiger defense.
Yeah, Fenwick thought he could go ahead and kind of loop inside and have a second to throw, but DiGiacomo just got his arm around him and did let go. Great play there, and now the Patriots already 3rd and very long, 17 yards.
Patriots looking over to the sideline for the play call now. It'll be a 5-wide set for the moment as Valentine shifts out of the backfield to join Hayden Hatfield at the top of the formation. Trips to the near side. Fenwick takes a shotgun snap. Steps up in the pocket, surveying the field, sees nobody's open, still looking, and he's going to be hit from behind and sacked back at the 20. Coming up with the sack there is Nick Fleming, his 5th sack of the season, and forces a 4th down and a Patriot punt. 5-yard loss on the sack as Fleming again comes up and gets him from behind.
I mean, they haven't done a great job of getting to Fenwick so far in this one. Back-to-back sacks at a perfect time for the Tigers, forcing the Patriots way back to make this punt. Returner already standing at the 50.
4th and 21. And it'll be a tackle in the backfield, deep in the backfield. Sam Nelson couldn't get the punt away, and the Tigers are going to take over 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. So we take another look at it. Nelson tried to avoid it getting blocked, and instead gets taken down deep in his own territory.
The 3 Tigers almost right on him. I mean, he may have been able to get it away, but it was almost certainly about to be blocked.
So the Tigers with another chance to take back the lead. Took it at 28-21, a chance to make it a touchdown lead again here. 1st and goal from the 5. Cochran sends a man in motion. That's Moser. Moser breaks out of one tackle, breaks out of another, still on his feet and brought down right around the line of scrimmage after it took Clay Matthews and Ridge Flores as well as Gunnar Flores to bring him down. And they will give him 1 yard down to the 4 as we take another look at it again here. And high steps over one, broke out of another, and then finally gets brought down to the ground.
I'm telling you, that Moser kid, he's going to be something. Only a freshman, huge part of this game, huge part of this offense. They're impressed with him so far in this game.
2 receivers to each side of the formation. Cochran hands it off to Rice, and Rice is brought down right around the line of scrimmage. May have gotten a yard. 3rd and goal for the Tigers offense. And we've got a player down on the turf for the Tigers. He is going to be seen to by the training staff. While he is being seen to, we'll step aside for a quick break as the rain starts to come down a little bit harder here in Charleston. 4th quarter action, 5:31 to go. We've got ourselves a tie ball game, but Princeton facing a 3rd and goal on the way when we come back right after this.
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Make sure you are informed. With HD Media, we are leading the state in local, digital, and print media. We are storytellers. We focus on education, health, entertainment, politics, opinions, sports, and the outdoors through our websites, print, or social and mobile apps. We work every day to enhance the lives of our customers by informing, entertaining, and empowering our readers in the communities we serve. We are HD Media.
Back here on the hill, that was Brody Rice was being seen to by the training staff for Princeton. Again, he's able to walk off under his own power. Great to see that. Third and goal on the way.
21 carries, 92 yards. I believe one. No, I don't think he actually scored, but still, a huge part of this offense. Done a great job today. Hopefully the game's not over for him. We'll have to see.
Third and goal from the 3. It'll be a Wildcat. Mosser keeps it. Mosser stretching in. Is he there? Yes, he is. Touchdown, Tigers, but this one might be coming back. There's a flag down at the 11.
Flag down on the play.
And it's an illegal shift on the Tigers. Man, take the touchdown off the board. Keep the score 28-28.
Now we'll move the ball back to the 9-yard line.
So first and goal from the 9, or third down and goal, excuse me, from the 9 now for the Tigers offense.
The Patriot defense, although right there that was just a legal shift, but so far in the previous 2 plays, great job considering how far they're backed up into their own red zone. See if they can hold it for 2 more plays, because surely I'm not sure how comfortable they are punting or kicking. It's hard to tell sometimes, but
I don't believe Casey Gesso has any any field goal tries on the season, not that I was able to find. 5-11 in the game. Third and goal from the 9 for the Tigers. Trips to the top of the formation. Man in motion is Meacham. Cochran drops back to pass under some heavy pressure, and he's going to be sacked. Clay Matthews brings him down. Third and goal from the 9. Make it fourth and goal from the 19. A 10-yard sack by Clay Matthews, the middle linebacker.
Perfect time for that one. Just burst through there with a lot of effort and speed. Was able to get back there.
Another look
right through the middle, right through that A gap. Just
nobody stopped him, untouched for the sack. Fourth and goal. Gesso will come out for the field goal try. A 37-yard field goal try for the senior, Casey Gesso.
As the rain picks up, the wind blows.
Kick is up, and it's no good. Wide right. Score stays 28 Princeton, 28 GW. Patriots get the football back. First and 10 with 4:20 to go. Like we said, this one could shape out to be who has the football last and can score. The Tigers missed the opportunity there. Had it third and goal from the 3. Have an illegal shift, back them up third and goal from the 9. Then Clay Matthews gets a 10-yard sack, and then the field goal missed wide right to keep us at 28 all. So back out on the field are the Patriot offense. Fenwick in the shotgun, sends Valentine in motion. Now they're going to turn and hand off to Keegan Sack. Sack has a decent hole, breaks out of 1 tackle, still on his feet across the 25. Nice run there by Keegan Sack on first and 10 for the Patriots from the 20. Now make it second down and 7 from the 27. Or excuse me, second down and 3 from the 27 after the 7-yard gain. Changing up the formation slightly to the top, it will be Giacomo, Hatfield, and Gunnar Flores. To the near side, it's Keegan Sack lined up all by himself. A little 5-on-5 matchup as he's across from Dominic Collins, the cornerback. Handoff goes to Valentine up the middle. Valentine runs into, I believe that's Rice, and Rice will knock him right around the first down marker, and that is a first down pickup, 3-yard gain there to the 30-yard line.
Good to see Rice back out there.
A little hobbled, though. Saw after he made that hit, he was limping a little bit. You can still see him limping a little bit more, but love that he's out there giving it all for his team.
Well, if I just had Valentine run into me like a stone wall, I'd probably be limping a little too.
1st and 10 for the Patriots from their own 30 now. Handoff goes to Valentine again. Valentine broke out of an arm tackle, and he's up the field, across midfield, still on his feet, across the 35, down to the 30. Anthony Valentine rumbles his way for a 40-yard pickup.
The 40 to the 40, by far the longest run by the Patriots so far today, and a perfect time for them.
From the Patriots 30 to the Tigers 30, 1st and 10 for GW's offense with just over 3 to go. Same formation for GW. Valentine standing next to Fenwick. He'll take the snap. Handoff broken out of a couple of tackles. Still on his feet inside the 15 and forced out of bounds. A first down run there from Anthony Valentine. Has the Patriots first down from inside the red zone. Seen Amari Phillips a little shaken up there, the right guard for the Patriots, but he's going to try and tough it out and stay out on the field, catch his breath.
Suddenly Valentine 55 yards on just his last 2 carries, up to 96 on the game on just 10 attempts.
1st and 10 for the Patriots from the 15-yard line. GW can get a first down before getting into the end zone here. Clock stop with 2:48. Fenwick takes a shotgun snap, keeps it himself on a read option, breaks out of a couple tackles, and he'll be brought down near the 10. Nice run there for the junior quarterback, Abe Fenwick. So again, we take another look at it on our Par-Mar Stores instant replay.
Roll right into his line and try to pull him forward for an extra couple yards.
Great job there by Christian Valentine to get his quarterback an extra couple feet after a 4-yard pickup. 2nd and 6 on the way for the Patriot offense, as Gunnar Flores is going to swap out, be replaced by Clay Matthews. Again, don't forget, we'll have our Kroger Player of the Game coming up here later on in this 4th quarter. A little more than 2 minutes left in this 4th. Tie game, 28 apiece. Patriots 2nd and 6. Hand off to Valentine, and Valentine stopped at the line of scrimmage. Tigers defense pinch in and stop him, and actually looked like they stop him for a loss.
It looks like a loss of 2, actually, just judging from that far side rough. Ended up more like 1 now. But still great effort there, especially after he reeled off such huge chunks earlier in this drive.
3rd and about 5 for the Patriots. Long 5 maybe at that. And now we have a flag coming in from the far side of the field. Sideline warning against the Tigers. I believe that's the first one tonight, so that should be just a warning and not a penalty.
Right. Well, I think they're actually kind of giving it to both sides. Well, okay.
Yeah, I don't see one here on your side. But sideline warning there, so no penalty. 3rd and 6 on the way for the Patriots from the 11. Minute 26 to go. So the clock keeps moving. Patriots could take a timeout here, and it would be less than a minute to go in the game before snapping the ball. And I think that's what they're going to do here and talk some things over and discuss what they really want to do on 3rd down. And, yeah, that is exactly what they're doing. They're going to let that play clock run down as far as they can, take a timeout, and talk things over with less than a minute to go here in the 4th quarter. So, again, want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for this great game this evening. 28 all in the 4th quarter with less than a minute to go. HD Media, big thanks to them for helping us with RSN Sports make this happen. You can read about tonight's game later on this evening or in tomorrow's paper. Rick Ryan will have a full recap for you about tonight's contest. Also want to make certain to thank Frontier Communications for our broadcast location with our Nitro Broadcast Network crew. Also, West Virginia Coal Association. Still, coal keeps the stadium lights on. Martin Transport. Join our team of professional drivers for the best pay and benefits. Learn more at driveformartintransport.com. Mullins Plumbing and Heating, a proud partner of Gameday. Contact us today for a free consultation. And United Bank. United Bank is a proud partner of HD Media's High School Gameday. For all your personal and business financial needs, go with West Virginia's bank at bankwithunited.com. Will, big third down play coming up for the Patriots here. Taking the time out here to talk things over, get a little extra time with less than a minute to go in regulation and a tie ball game here in the first round of the playoffs.
I think your first look has to be either the two guys you're always looking for is Sack or Valentine, whether it's Valentine's rushing is what got them down here, but then again got stonewalled on his last carry. Maybe look for a sack on maybe one of his routes into the flat or maybe a crossing pattern. Or maybe Hatfield. Hatfield's really coming on in the second half here, so GW has playmakers, just who are they going to go to? Can they get to him, and can Princeton stop it?
3rd and 6 on the way for the Patriots. Trips to the near side. Giacomo, Sack, and Valentine stacked in that order from bottom to top. Flores attached as the tight end to the left of the formation. One receiver up top is Hayden Hatfield, and now the Patriots going to have to burn another timeout here as they see what the Tigers line up in defensively. Don't like what they see and smartly calls a timeout. Had 2 timeouts left here in the final minute. Can't take them with you after the game finishes, so better to talk things over and get it right here on a big third down play.
I mean, I don't think Princeton's really doing anything exotic on that lineup at all. It just can't hurt to take another gander at it. But, yeah, I mean, it's just for Princeton, it's just a matter of keeping everyone in front of you and keeping a man on a man. They don't have to get the touchdown here. I mean, the first down marker's at about the 6-yard line, something like that. So 5-yard line. So, they don't need it all right here. Quick slant, maybe one of the screens that they have had pretty good success with. Maybe hand off to Valentine. Like I said, Valentine's had those great runs earlier in this drive, but he also got slowed down.
Less than a minute away from regulation ending here on the hill. Patriots 28, Tigers 28. Winner of this one would face number 4 Hurricane on the road next week after Hurricane comes away with a 56-13 win at home against University tonight. Third and 6. Fenwick takes a snap. A deep blitz comes from Meacham. Meacham almost gets to him, but he gets enough of him to force an incompletion. Sack was looking toward either Hatfield cutting across the middle of the field in the back of the end zone or Keegan Sack, but it was Meacham, who you'll see coming off on the right side of your screen on a delayed blitz right there. A great effort by Braden Liu to try to get a piece of him, but Meacham got enough of a run in on him that forced Fenwick into a really tough throw. So 4th and 6 now, and out is Jordan Price for the field goal try. Persinger's hold is down, kick is up, and it's good! Patriots take the lead with 44 seconds to go. 31-28 as we take another look at it here.
And it looked great the whole way. I mean, that's impressive.
Textbook.
Yeah, but I mean, he had that from another 10, 15 yards back.
So the Patriots take advantage of the Tigers missing their field goal on the previous drive, march from the 20, get down, and kick the field goal to take the 31-28 lead here in the first round of the playoffs. Now the Patriots just need to play some defense and not give up the big play.
I always appreciate when a coaching staff has the faith in their kicker to go for that when the game is legitimately on the line. A lot of teams don't really like to take those field goals. You don't always have the best kicker, but hey, they put faith in their guy, and he came through huge for him here, putting him ahead with less than 44 seconds here. They just got to try to stop Princeton from breaking one of those big plays, which they are they're capable of making.
So the man who put the Patriots on top, set to kick it away. A low line drive kick that's recovered at the 30 by Meacham. Meacham hit in the open field and wrapped up and brought down by Hunter Giacomo at the 36. What a game here this evening on the hill. Patriots lead by 3. 38 ticks left on the clock in regulation. Tigers need a field goal to send it to overtime, a touchdown to come away with the win.
And again, five's the most dangerous receiver they have. Might try to look for him right away, or as we've seen, they have several weapons out here they can use.
5 wide receivers set. Screen thrown out to number 5, Collins, and Collins is met in the backfield. Gunnar Flores with the stop in the backfield, a loss back to the 31-yard line, a 5-yard loss, and a timeout taken by Princeton. Comes with 32 seconds left.
I'm unsure how many timeouts Princeton has remaining. I think they have 1 left now. Like I said, they try to go right to 5. I'm not sure you want to run such a slow developing play in that situation, but gave it a shot. Did not work. Probably looking more of shots downfield coming up here, most likely.
Especially now facing 2nd and 14.
Well, at this point, the down almost doesn't matter.
I mean, it's 4 down territory at any point now going forward. Patriots Tigers back out on the field here, ready to go for the 2nd down with just over 30 seconds to go in regulation. A field goal separates them. Patriots lead here at home on the Hill in the first round of this playoffs for 2022. Cochran takes a snap, throws down the far side of the field, trying to find his intended target. And that was thrown to Markel Lowe, but 2 players in on that coverage for the Patriots, Keegan Sack, Hunter Giacomo.
Cochran's first incompletion this entire game. That's impressive as hell.
Hadn't really thrown it deep very many times, but when he did, he connected until then.
Up to that point was 12 of 12.
Clock stopped with 27 seconds to go. 3rd and 14 for the Tigers. Again, this is 4 down territory, though, as they trail by 3 on the road in the first round of the playoffs. Play action fake. Cochran throws across the middle looking for Moser, and it's intercepted. Coming up with the pick is the senior, Hayden Hatfield. And the Patriots are 19 seconds away from moving on to the 2nd round.
Great job there. Cochran forced to make a throw. Probably he wasn't necessarily completely happy with, but had to get that ball out and just overthrew his target just a little bit there, and Hatfield able to scoop it up.
For the 3rd year in a row, Princeton's playoff chances end in the first round. The Patriots will move on and will head short drive down I-64 to take on the Hurricane Redskins next week. Be either Friday or Saturday for that game there against the Redskins.
Like
GW that gets to pick that time and day as well. So Patriots just going to get in the victory formation and kneel this one out and let the clock run out and come away with the 31-28 victory over Princeton in the first round of the playoffs.
You talk about how Princeton hasn't been able to get out of the first round in the past couple years. If you look at this team even projecting to next year, Cochran will be a senior, Collins will be a senior, Moser making a big impact as a freshman. A lot of pieces coming back for this team. They're obviously losing a couple pieces as well. Rice will be graduating. Every high school loses seniors, but this is a team that's on the rise. Weren't able to pull it off tonight, but they'll be back in playoffs next year. I can almost guarantee. And GW moving on to a team that really had their number earlier this season. Go on the road, try to reverse that result, but they have a lot to build off here. It was a tough call on player of the game.
Yeah,
I mean,
our Kroger
very
player of the
out.
game, Will. It was a game that wasn't decided until the final minute of tonight's ball game, so it was hard to pick, and you were leaning a couple of ways, but you finally decided our Kroger player of the game.
I'm going to say it was Anthony Valentine. He had those huge runs in that last drive to set up that game-winning field goal. He had that early touchdown for GW's first touchdown. 11 carries for 92 yards, as well as 3 catches for 35 yards. It's a pretty good play on defense, too. It was real tough. Fenwick had a pretty good game. Sack had a good game, too. But going to go ahead and stick with Valentine there for player of the game. And I believe that's his second time being our player of the game this season.
Patriots.
Give an honorable mention to Cochran, though. Having gone 12 of 14 for 197 yards. Looked fantastic there. The only 2 incompletions coming there at the very end when he was desperately trying to get his team back into it.
Well, and if the Tigers had hit that field goal to take the lead at 31-28, Cochran may have been our player of the game because of the Tigers coming away with the victory. So it was just that close tonight, folks. Patriots took a 14-0 lead, but then the Tigers went on a 28-7 scoring run to take the lead for the first time at 28-21. Patriots tied it up with 3 minutes and some change to go in the third quarter. And then it's Jordan Price, the sophomore, who puts it through the uprights from 28 yards out to give the Patriots the lead and the win, 31-28. Again, Patriots have a second-round matchup next week at Hurricane, taking on the Redskins, and I believe that our high school game day crew will be there for that one. Don't quote me just quite yet. Got to work through some things, dot our I's, cross our T's, and make certain, but I believe that is the plan for us to be there next week at Hurricane for the second-round matchup between George Washington and Hurricane. I want to thank our sponsors one final time. Again, our Kroger player of the game tonight, Anthony Valentine, for George Washington. You can read all about tonight's contest later on this evening at West Virginia Gazette Mail's website, wvgazettemail.com. Rick Ryan will have a full recap for you with some coaches' quotes from Steve Edwards Jr., as well as potentially from Princeton's head coach, Chris Pedigo, and it'll also be on newsstands available tomorrow morning. Frontier Communications, big thank you to them for our broadcast booth this evening with our Nitro Broadcast Network crew. Fantastic job by our Nitro Broadcast Network crew this evening. Lane Smith, Andre Moles on the camera for us tonight. Dr. Oliver with us on our producer-director side. Appreciate them for tonight's work. West Virginia Coal Association, still, coal keeps the stadium lights on. Martin Transport, join our team of professional drivers for the best pay and benefits. Learn more at driveformartintransport.com. Mullins Plumbing and Heating, a proud partner of Game Day. Contact us today for a free consultation. And United Bank. United Bank is a proud partner of HD Media's High School Game Day. For all your personal and business financial needs, go with West Virginia's bank at bankwithunited.com. Will, final thoughts before we sign things off here on this first round playoff Friday night.
Is that Princeton, although they're going home, I think they're a team on the rise. They've got a really good core of players who presumably will be back next year, and a team that just overall has been on the rise. And the Patriots, this is always the goal. GW always expects to be in the playoffs. They always expect to move on in the playoffs, and they were able to do that tonight in a tough game that's really a good test for them going in, especially with the specter of what Hurricane has become this year with the influx of talent and so forth. Giving them a little bit of a good, jolt, tough game going into that. So we'll see how they prepare. It's not going to be easy. Never in the playoffs, especially not when you go from being the home team to the away team in the second round. But everything to play for is ahead of them, and we'll have to just see on Saturday if they can figure out Hurricane on their second try.
So again, Patriots with a 31-28 victory here in the first round against Princeton in this 5-12 matchup. It'll be a 4-5 matchup next week against the Hurricane Redskins. Patriots will head to Hurricane next week for the second time this season, hoping to avenge a Week 3 loss against the Redskins. Final score there, 56-7. Patriots will look for revenge next week in the second round of the playoffs. That does it for our crew here this evening at George Washington High School. Thanks for joining us this evening on our High School Game Day Parmar Stores Game of the Week, and we hope you join us next week wherever we find ourselves across the Mountain State. That does it for us here. Have a great rest of your Friday night. Stay warm and dry, folks.